Hey, fellas, how's everyone doing? A little running a little behind here in terms of preparation, but it's getting so late. I was like, I'm just gonna start it anyway. So here we are. Uh, a lot going on with the press conferences. We'll get to that. This boss video, I don't care. This boss video is so funny. He's talking about right here. If you didn't hear him, he's talking about being bullied as a child. He had a skin disease. They used to pick on him, call him a leper, make fun of him. He eventually stood up to one of the bullies, hurt him, and then he started learning how to fight and he made a list of everybody he was bullied by and went and paid them a visit. The story's great. The guy goes, I don't remember, boss. I don't remember. Boss says, well, I do. I still remember.
I was the leper in school. I had a horrible skin disease, so they called me the leper. Hey, leper! And I shouted something back this time. And then he came over. He go, want to hit me, leper? I go, boff! Down. That was it. I go, man, this is easy, you know? But now I had the bug.
I go, boff! I go, boff! Man, this is easy.
Hit me, leper? I go, boff! Down. That was it. I go, man, this is easy, you know? But now I had the bug. Now I start slipping into boxing classes here and there, you know, as a new student. And that was it. And I made a list, guys that have bullied me in the past. And I start scratching out those names. One guy goes, hey, but please, boss, I don't remember. I go, I do.
I love it. He goes, please, boss, I don't remember. He's laughing. I do. Boff. Boff. Oh, shit.
Those names? Yeah. One guy goes there, but please, boss, I don't remember. I go, I do.
Donk.
This guy just fought against Canelo.
Oh, yeah, I fucking love Boss Rutan, man. I do. This guy is he's one of the best storytellers, man. One of the best storytellers. You talk about where he almost killed a dude here. It's pretty nasty. Oh, here's a good one from Uncle Chill, and then we'll get into the boxing. Here's one more from Uncle Chill. He's talking about fighting Fedor Emelianenko. Yep.
That, so I just kept going. Guys, he hit me so hard it was like a missile. And I'm falling down to the mat, and I'm thinking, yeah, this would be a good time to call it a night, but I'm not going out as the fastest knockout in Bellator history. I'm hanging in there. I'm sticking to him. I'm coming forward. I'm coming right back at him, and now I'm mad. Now I want to get him back. I just want to find him one time. He had a missile for me, but I'm thinking the whole time, yeah, I got one locked and loaded for you too, and here I'm coming. I go down again. So old Chael gets up again. I'm coming, and now I still got one locked and loaded for him. I know I'm going to find you sooner or later. Every time I got up, I'm going back down. It felt like a dogfight. Fedor, I felt, was a very, very fast guy. I never saw those punches come. It was politics. It's politics.
Fedor slung him kind of like Terrence Crawford does, honestly, from the shoulders. But yeah. Yeah, I got some videos on that here. I don't know if we'll be able to get to it, but yeah, I just saw that as well. Connor's over in Italy. I think he was in Rome. He was also over there. Yeah, he's promoting the bare knuckle. I like it. I thought he got a pretty good reception. Okay, here's Keyshawn Davis. He's saying he will not be at 35 for too long. Yeah, we know that, buddy. But he will fight Andy Cruz before he moves up to 140. So that's some good news, I guess. Because out of all the guys he's likely to fight, yeah, Andy Cruz is one of the better guys he should fight at 35, right? And it should be a relatively easy fight to make. Tank. We got some new stuff on Tank. He still doesn't, dude. Tank don't want to fight. That is what it is. There's no more debate. Tank doesn't want to fight. He knows what all of us, all of the boxing world is currently thinking about him, currently saying about him, and he doubled down on it again. Doubled down on it again, saying that none of these guys have earned the right to fight him. You know, but at the same time saying none of them can fuck with him. And history says you don't believe Keyshawn is making weight. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that, right? To think, look, I have some videos of clear corruption, actually, not about weight, but blatant corruption. But coming in a minute. But in terms of like weight, you don't think that there's scale manipulation? Why are you kidding me? That's one of the best things you should target. If you're like gonna cheat, you should probably target the weight, right? If you can manipulate the weight or even bribe the guy who judges or says what weight you are, whatever, if you can get your hands in that pot where you don't have to kill yourself and you don't have to like do it by 10 pounds, you can do it by 2 pounds. 2 pounds could be a big deal if the other guy has to make, you know, say 35 and it kills him, but you only got to make 37. I'm not saying he did it or whatever, but I mean, he would be a fucking viable suspect. Clearly, he is enormous, but he might have a frame. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know his height and his reach. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see that. But it's definitely possible. I mean, we know there's the towel trick. You can put your hands behind your back or someone could boost you in different ways. There are tricks. But I'm talking about just absolutely being like, no, he ain't. We're going to do the fight, but he's really just not coming in at 35. The other fighter might even kind of understand this. I don't know. It gets deep. I don't trust anything. It gets deep, and I don't trust anything. Yeah, the surface. It's definitely surface. There's many. They might know where on the scale to stand. Just like don't put your feet dead in the center. Stand on the edges. I don't know, you know, but. At the same time, certain guys, look, I have a build. You would never believe how low I can get, like, or have gotten. And it never looked like it. So I don't, and again, not saying that's his case. I don't know his fucking dimensions. I never saw him in person. Something very odd with the weigh-ins and the weigh-in events. I remember fighters looking like zombies. No, the weigh-ins do look crazy. There is something sketchy going on. Look, there is. Like, it doesn't look like he used to. If you've been in around for 30 years, it doesn't look like he used to. And I'm not talking even 30, well, yeah, even 30 years ago. It just really kind of doesn't. Not all the time. Again, you've seen a guy like Devin Haney, in big fights when you know he had to make 35 and he made it. I definitely believe he made it, but you know, he looked like death worn over. He looked horrible. Like when he had to make 35 versus like Cambosos or Loma or whatever, in these type of the fights where his opponent is a somebody, I mean, he looked dead, fucking dead. You know, bounced back all right or whatever. But, you know, I'm just saying why that's what a guy should look like. Dude, when you're look at, go back and look at Ryan Garcia trying to make 35, man. Like any of these bigger dudes making 35, they look sickly. But again, look, this is the fight game, man. These guys are all looking for little tricks, and advantages. Not all actually, but you know, a lot are. a lot. Maybe more than half. Probably more than half. I don't even believe that these tricks work. Like, to be honest, I'm of the belief of if you're using a lot of this trickery, and you must not be confident. Like, you must not be. You're not confident because you're not who you say you are or who you think you are. You know what I mean? So why are you doing this stuff? To me, it's whatever weight you want to fight at, fight at that weight. Don't use any bullshit. Don't fuck with your opponent. You can talk shit to him or whatever you're about to fight you in a skullduggery, get in his head, go for it. But the other stuff is totally meaningless. Why are you messing with your gloves, wraps? Like, if he ain't and this is all on the level, what are you doing? Or are you who you say you are or not? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? To me, it's a sign of mental weakness. Like, I don't think a guy like Pacquiao is coming in. I don't think a guy like Usyk is coming in. I don't think a guy like even Loma's coming in like that. And I don't mean even, but you get it. It's like, why do it? Why even do it? If you're that guy, be that guy. But that's the weight bullying shit, right? It is Handed Boxing Review. 135 is a major springboard division for weight bullies. Kind of always has been, I guess, since weight bullying has been a thing, right? But yeah, I mean, it is. So the weight bullies are the ones that have to kind of use a lot of this stuff because, like, they might do the PEDs because they got problems with weight. They might, they might do some skill trickery because they got problems with weight. They got all kinds of, so, it's fucked up. There's no need for it. But I haven't saw this video. I haven't saw this with Keyshawn here. Let's see what he says.
When the time is right, I will fight this man. But I'm not thinking about what happened in the amateur days and like, oh, I got to get this back because on paper, he beat me this amount of times when I know he didn't beat me. But he beat me this amount of times. I got to get this back. Man, whatever. I lost that much times. It is what it is. Look what's going on.
He just said he beat me a whole bunch of times. I know he didn't beat me that many times. Yeah, okay, he just beat me all those times. Dude, that was right out of a fucking Dave Chappelle sketch. Look, he tries saying he beat me all those times. I know he did not beat me all those times. Yeah, so he beat me all those times. Like, dude, it's like, what the fuck? You're bugging, bro.
When the time is right, I will fight this man. But I'm not thinking about what happened in the amateur days and like, oh, I got to get this back because on paper, he beat me this amount of times when I know he didn't beat me. But he beat me this amount of times.
Yo, that's too funny. That's too funny. That is literally fucking Rick James, bitch. It's Rick James. Yo, what the fuck? Keyshawn's out here like Rick James. Yeah, I put my feet on his couch.
Beat me this amount of times when I know he didn't beat me. But he beat me this amount of times. I got to get this back. Man, whatever. I lost that much times. It is what it is. Look what's going on now. Like, let's talk about nowadays and what's going on. When the time is right, I would love to fight him just to shut everybody up. That's why I'll
then do it right now. Right now. It's perfect opportunity, bro. Right now. He will fight you in your next fight in Norfolk, wherever, Virginia Beach, Atlanta, wherever you want to put it. He'll be there. He'll be there. You can get that revenge in your first title defense. And it'll be the biggest money fight you had.
would love to fight him.
Eddie Hearn in
Not
particular, right?
because,
Come on.
you know, he beat me like I got a beef with him. Nah, I just want to shut everybody up and live up to what I've been saying. I will knock him out when I do fight him in the professional ranks. Unless I'm gonna mention this too. I'm a big 135, so I'm not gonna be at 35 for too much longer.
But everyone tells me he's not big. Everyone tells me he's not.
Longer.
Okay.
I'm fighting him before I move up to 140.
Yeah. He says he'll fight him before he goes up to 140. He did say it right there.
At 35 for too much longer.
Okay.
I'm fighting him before I move up to 140.
Okay. So it's probably in the next couple of years, right?
Yes, sir.
Couple years? Wait, what the fuck, Ariel? Get your motherfucking face away from my boxers, okay? I don't even want to say what I'm thinking, motherfucker. Get the fuck away
Amateur
from my
days.
fighters. A couple of years. A couple of years? Come on, man. Oh. So never, right? Never. No, gotta marinate it. Yeah, so it ain't happening then, right? That's what I'll fight him eventually, but Cruz is gonna go up and fight somebody and he'll take on challenges and eventually fucking lose because he's gonna take risks. And then Keyshawn is gonna say, oh, he just lost. He just lost to a bum. He just lost to a nobody. Why I gotta fight him? He got, it's the fucking rigmarole we saw going way back. Oh, played out over and over again. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather. Thank you, LDBC, for defending all this shit for years. And now every new guy fucking has the same playbook. I swear, it's like they're fucking Jewish politicians. They all say the same thing. They all say the same thing. Highlighting Ariel's nose. Man, Food Kid Austin said, I got some good stuff on Kid Austin here. Dude, he looks locked in. Like, Kid Austin is kind of locked in mentally. I need to see some interviews with Shakur. I need to see some shit with Shakur and see what he's, where his mind's at. Yeah, Keyshawn and Tank ain't happening, unfortunately. Here goes the whole Mayweather shit. That's what I was thinking too, man. Shout out Boxing Junkie. If Kid Austin takes out Keyshawn's boyfriend this weekend, you will see Keyshawn go up. Mate, oh man, what if Shakur does lose? Would Keyshawn and Schofield then fight? Because I don't know if they would, right? Because would James Prince want to risk his two biggest moneymakers? Keyshawn is with Prince, right? That's where this fucking Shakur connection comes from. I believe he is. I'm not 100% sure. Is he? Someone correct me on that. If he's not, then okay, I can see the fight maybe happening. But I believe he is, right? Kid Austin will knock Shakur the fuck out. Best plus 650 since Ryan versus Haney. And he's plus 650. Josh, I had no idea. Are you serious? 6.5 to 1 for Shakur. Man, it's because the fucking fix is probably in. He just got to survive. Why would he be 6.5 to 1? That doesn't make any sense. That's not, those aren't real odds. Like in a real fight, the fucking fight is not 6.5 to 1. That's ridiculous. Or, no, that's ridiculous. Dude, I got the video coming up. Funkmaster, with Shakur's grip strength. I got the video that Showbiz put a video up. What up, Jack? Shout out Jack Platt. Yeah, I got it here coming up in a second. He got Shakur in one hand. It's only his right hand. I believe it's his right hand. His right hand grip strength is the strength of a 16-year-old average girl. An average 16-year-old girl. He says it's because of his hand injuries. That's why he says it's because of his hand injuries. But yeah, that's not a good sign. I mean, that means his fucking hands are ruined. They're ruined. That's not good. You got this fucking grip strength of a 16-year-old girl. His arm's fucked. Yeah, he's big with Snack Boy. That's why Schofield Sr. was calling him out hard, saying, you try cheating, we're gonna bust you. Will be done, says at 140. You got Keyshawn. You mean Keyshawn will be number one at 140? Because he's fighting at 35 right now. He's the champ at 35 right now, but he's gonna be at 40 soon. And I don't see anyone. Cruz is the only one I could see that he's going to fight. There's a lot of guys that could beat him, but those fights ain't gonna happen. Him and Tank ain't happening. Him and Shakur ain't happening. Him and Loma even ain't happening. Him and Cruz might happen. He might lose to Cruz. He beats Cruz. If he beats Cruz and ends up at 40, he'll immediately be a top guy at 40. Yeah. He's plus 700 now. What's going on? That's not. Oh, man, I'm about to check mine. I haven't even looked. I'm about to check mine. Yeah, it's in Saudi. You might not get those benefits. I don't expect him to get those benefits. I don't. But then what the hell? Why is he 7-1 then? It just doesn't make any sense. I agree. I don't think Jay Prince got him. He doesn't have any pull over a fucking Turkey card. If Turkey wants the card run a certain way, it's running a certain way. However, that just doesn't make sense. Okay, good point here, though. Jack Platt, great call. So, fix is in. Is it really? Because there was a 6.5-1 for Haney Garcia. Or what was the odds for the first Haney Garcia? The first one. Because they were huge for Haney, too. They were like 5-1 or something. Keyshawn is fighting 140-pounders and 147-pounders, if we're being honest. Like, you mean like right now? You mean right now? Because he's not. I mean, he just fought a blown-up featherweight for the title. That guy was like on fight night, like 145 pounds. Keyshawn's like 160, 155. High, not 160. He's probably about 155, 158. Same as Devin Haney used to do at 35. Big boys. I mean, he's the bigger guy. Odds makers having issues calling. Dude, Bernard, you might nailed it. You may have nailed it here, man. Odds makers are having issues calling fights that are on the level. Dude, there might be a great opportunity for us to clean up on some of these fights. Man, I might need to get back into this heavy in watching these lines. Because there might be some actual bank to be made here. Because you're right. You got to think no matter what. Look, even if the guys in the industry 20, 30, 40 years ago are in the industry now, still overseeing some stuff, you don't think this brainwashing has worked on them? That means they were boomers. Okay, so you think that brainwashing, that TBE brainwashing would have worked on those motherfuckers like it's all gonna turn around, right? It can all turn around. Those dudes would be so brainwashed they don't know what the fuck reality is anymore. So that's very possible that even the odds makers are having issues calling fights that are on the level. But you know where I think another thing happens here, Bernard? There's not much real data on either Shakur or Schofield. No one really knows how either of these there's no real data. Oh, dude, there's more data on Shakur, right? But it's so 50-50 because sometimes versus guys you think he should shine versus, he runs and looks like a total fucking weirdo. And then some guys, it should be a good fight and he whoops their ass. So he's so shaky and flaky and 50-50 on hit or miss, coward or boxer, it's whatever, man. In Schofield, there's like nothing on him. You don't have real data on him facing any actual real resistance. So the fact that there's not much, because how the fuck, dude, it's a tough fight for me to call. It's a tough fight for me to call. I haven't really gotten deep into it, but I am going to now with these odds. That's what I'm going to focus on tomorrow morning when I wake up. That's what I'm going to be watching and focusing on. But the fact that there's not much data, there is such hype with Shakur. Schofield is unknown. All of that together could make for a great misjudgment by the line makers. The problems with his hand have been brought up. This fight was almost called off just 2 weeks ago over his hand. He's had hand problems. They're just talking about it now because he's having to come out and do press. Jay Prince doesn't have any pull in Saudi, and it's not a top-ranked Camaro bum showcase card either. Sco's coming to win. No, he is coming to win. Like it certainly seems that way. It certainly seems that way. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened with Hitchens and Lemos. And Lemos just let's keep it a buck. Lemos looked like ass versus Keyshawn. And it ain't because Keyshawn did anything. He literally led with left uppercut to the body, right uppercut to the body, left uppercut to the body, right uppercut to the body, over and over again with his hands down. It was like, come on, dude. That was a bullshit-ass fight. To me, the dude either was froze under the lights and went full retard and abandoned everything you're ever taught in boxing in your entire fucking life. Keep your hand up, work behind the jab. He drops his hands and leads with body shots with his fucking chin in the air over and over and over again. And the fight ends in a round and a half, right? I wonder why. So either he's a bum and who cares if he beat him in a round and a half. You're supposed to do that to a bum, so who cares if he is anything. Or the fight was, he just sold his ass. I don't know, and I don't care. It don't mean anything. To me, look, the guy, he's fucking huge. If he's willing to fight, put him in. Let's see what he does. He's a top guy now. Look, this is the thing. Once he got the belt, regardless of who he is or how good or not, he's a name now. His name is in the hat, mixing it up with all the other top guys out there. So we're gonna find out real quick. I don't think there's enough data on Keyshawn to really make a fair assessment. To me, if you want me to be hypercritical, he's a fucking can. If you want me to be hypercritical, he's a can. In terms of he's fought nobody, and he's a humongous motherfucker. Like when he fights somebody, I will give him some credit. Like he fights Cruz and beats Cruz. He's gonna. That's a good win. That's solid. Cruz is legit, or Muratal. There's some guys out there. There's plenty of guys out there, but he's not. The Tank fight ain't happening. Tank ain't gonna fight him. Like he is dangerous. He's big. He's strong. He throws hard. He throws fast. He's not the biggest pound for pound puncher, but he throws hard and he throws fast. He fucking hits you and you're a little older guy. It's gonna hurt. He beat the shit out of Baranchik, right? He put the pain on Baranchik. He busted his ass up. He's a little guy. Keyshawn's big and strong. And he can fight. He can box. Like, the dude's a fucking good amateur. Like, he knows what he's doing. I'm just saying being hypercritical in terms of his resume as of now. Potential. That's what I see. Potential. He has hand injuries because they're wrapped horribly, talking about Shakur, and his punching technique is lacking. That's why he runs. He gets into exchanges. No confidence in those hands. I wonder if he can use lidocaine or xylocaine. I wonder if he can use xylocaine in Saudi Arabia. I bet he can. I bet he can. You could probably buy xylocaine right over the fucking counter. You probably can, because it's not like anything crazy. And why would like no one over there would abuse it for anything? I don't know. Any Saudis here? What's up with the xylocaine over there? Schofield and his team better complain about Shakur's low blows. Yeah, I got a video here where they're talking about Schofield is basically calling him like dirty and a bully, more of a bully. Not the grip of a Baltimore bitch. Yeah. Jay Prince knocked on his door. Plus 750 on some sites. Yeah, Hitchens. I mean, Hitchens. Hitchens is a problem. Hitchens is a problem. I'd like to see Hitchens and Teo. Oh, and we got to get to the Teo stuff. The whole fucking black Twitter is going crazy on Teo. Here it is, right here. Wow. As soon as this is a big conversation. I don't really understand this. He goes, Jay Bro says, young Daniel Dad says, I'm okay with fighters not wanting to fight a racist. Don't give any racists a payday. Fuck them. What I will never understand is friends not wanting to fight each other and help each other financially for the betterment of their family. So he's saying like Keyshawn and Shakur should absolutely fight each other, but Keyshawn and Shakur should absolutely avoid Teofimo and Ryan because they're racists. What? Like, okay, if you tell me, if I'm a fighter and you're like, this dude over here is a fucking communist. He hates you. He hates your God. He hates your children. He's a fucking communist. He wants to kill your children. I'm going to be like, get me the contract. Get me the contract. I'll take a pay cut to get that motherfucker in the ring. I'll take a pay cut to get this motherfucker in the ring. Bring him right now, right? Ain't that the motherfucker you should be targeting? And that is literally, like, quite frankly, the biggest payday you're going to get because you get the whole race war dollars. Like, let's keep it a buck. Boxing is a fucking racist sport. It's tribal. What do you think the whole Keyshawn bananas was? It was to hype up the race war dollars, right? You get a Spanish or black, you get the race war dollars. You black versus black, you ain't getting it. Okay, or black versus white, you can get it, whatever. The black, they can't. They need the, why you think Floyd always fought Mexicans or Argentinians? Because you can get the race war effect and you get that dollar, man. It's for real. What the fuck you talking about? You don't want to fight them. Are you weird? I'm not. Come on, I don't even know you, Jay, but what the fuck you talking about, dude? That's the number one guy you should be wanting to fucking brutalize. Where does this narrative come from that you avoid your enemy? You're telling me racists are your enemies, so go hurt them. Like, don't give them a payday. Dude, they're fighters. They're going to spend it all anyway. They're accountants, girlfriends, managers, fucking weed smoking entourage is going to steal it all anyway. Who gives a fuck? Let them get the money. They're not keeping it. Like, who gives a shit? Go put the pain on his ass. What are you talking about? I don't know. I do not get it. I'm gotta catch up. Man, I'm way behind here, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me catch up. Sorry. I'd rather see any Schofield fight 4 times than any Shakur Stevenson fight. Dennis is more of a BKFC guy. Dude, he would do really good in bare knuckle. I saw him in the bare knuckle versus Artem Lobov. He beat the shit out of him. He was too good for those guys. Like, too good for those guys. And they were his own size. Let's keep it a buck. I think Dennis would beat the shit out of anybody like his own size. Throw him down some weight classes, but he's older. It's hard for him to cut that kind of weight. He better use morphine in Saudi. He can probably get the good shit over there. He can probably get the good shit. Oh, hold on. Let's see what this is about. Will be done. Says whenever someone says Saudi fights are fair, it's code word for I only find DAZN fights is real. What I actually hate DAZN myself. It's my least. DAZN generally sucks. Turkey has had generally fair cards. There's only two questionable things I could see, and I actually thought the right guy won both times. I thought like Crawford, Madrimov. There was a controversy over that. People had a dispute over that. It went to Crawford, the champion on the back foot, Madrimov, or the challenger on the back foot, champion on the front foot, coming forward, the aggressor. He loses on a very close fight, but I thought it was fine to give it to Crawford. I thought it was fair. No, I didn't have a problem with it. It could have went many ways, but I thought that was fine. I didn't think it was that big of a problem. And the Ortiz, Boachuk, again, disputed. Could have gone either way. I didn't have a problem with it going to Ortiz. What other? Because generally the cards have all been pretty good. The reffing has all been pretty good. I did see one, though. There was was Dubois on one of them Saudi cards? Yeah, Dubois when he fought Hrgovic. That fight was so dirty. That fight was so ugly and dirty. They were both, it was gross. That was some rough shit in there. Hopefully we don't see that, Yeah, Ryan's the name. Like everyone should be jumping to fight Ryan. That's the biggest payday you're fucking catching around that weight, for a 35, 40 pounder, even a 47 pounder. That's the biggest payday out there right now. From 35 to 40, he is the biggest name. Him and Tank. But I would say Ryan and Tank is by far the biggest money fight there again. But yeah. No, I agree what will be done. DAZN fucking is trash. Their commentary is trash. They're so biased. They cover for the bullshit, the corruption. No, I fucking can't stand DAZN. I canceled my DAZN subscription. I don't even have it. Team Stream. Fuck those motherfuckers. But the cards that Turkey has run, like fuck DAZN, but the cards that Turkey has run has been all right. All right, I'll drop the link here. I'll drop the link here in a minute. Tio's racial innuendos come off as cringe and forced. Ryan put it down like a G. I agree. I think everyone should kind of agrees to that. And that's why I think Ryan gets a bit of a pass. Tio catches more flack than Ryan over it. And that's for real. Why? Because it's the way Ryan put it down. He's just like, I don't fucking like you. I don't fucking like you. Like, it is what it is. Fuck off. Like, what? You got a problem with that? You don't like me either. I don't like you. Like, that's what he said. Like, straight up. Just said it the way it is. And it's like, oh, what can you do with that, right? But Tio, it does seem like forced. Like, he's trying to be edgy. Trying to ruffle fellas. Trying to kind of copy Ryan. Like, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Trying to, like, kind of copy Ryan a little bit. And it does come off as cringy and mean. It comes off as more so like mean and nasty rather than like, this is the way I fucking feel. Comes off kind of cheap. I agree. I saw that too. I think we all do. What's this? If you stream, you'll catch the TNT broadcast sometimes. They're way better than there's a TNT commentary of the DAZN fights. I've never even seen that on any of the streams. The fighters know about Ryan. It's the fans that think he's trash. There's a reason people don't respond to his call-outs. It's the EU broadcast. What? Okay. I'll see I see the Sky Sports one. Yeah, I prefer those myself. But the turkey cards, like I'll buy this one. This is a good card. This is money well spent. This is money well spent for a card like this one here. This Beterbiev Bivol card. But generally, if you're not giving up a product, I mean, this is I haven't paid for it yet, but I don't even know what the cost of this one is. Isn't it like $30 or something? I'm willing to pay fucking $100 for it. But I think it's really cheap. But that's the problem. See, regardless of what this one costs, I'll pay for this card. Maybe, but I probably will, right? But the point being, then the following week is Tank for basically $100 with tax. It's going to come to like $100, and it's not equal. It's not equal. It's not an equal product, value. Dude, I dropped the link out here. I'll drop the link right now. I drop the link all the fucking time. I don't got a problem dropping the link. Drop it all the time. Here, link. Fucking reading the comments for a minute. Wasn't in a rush. I didn't know it was a fucking issue. Link is right there. I don't mind the British accents. It's what the people with the British accents might say. It's all what the people with the British accents might say. That's what I care about. I don't really care what they fucking sound like. Here we go with Bozy. Says standing on this fight might be the easiest fight for Boots. Sometimes fights be so easy for Boots. He lets his guard down sometimes. All he has to do is stay focused, keep the jab popping. In other words, saying because they know it's serious, it's going to cause them to step up. When is this date? What's the date on this Boots standing on this fight, guys? I can't even remember.
Just want to say real quick, JA, there was no issue at all. It was literally me just trying to get to the platform. That's all, JA.
Salute.
Somebody in the chat. Somebody, I don't know if he's like a moderator or something. He was asking what the issue was. There was no issue. I literally was just trying to get to the platform, trying to get attention to get up here.
Yep, no problem. What up? What's going on?
I'm chilling, brother. Like, yo, so, I mean, like, what was really good, I like to talk about boxing, man. I haven't been on this platform for like 4 years, man. I got my own channel and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Word, so, I'm not trying to clout chase or nothing like that. I was a supporter of you back then, and I've still
there ain't nothing clout chasing here. I mean, anyone's welcome to jump on. Give your opinion.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember me, but I've had my fair share of interviews and stuff like that. But I used to just pop over here on your channel back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This was back in the days with all that little bullshit going on. Where and I'm not even gonna mention no names, but people that were making fun of you, people that were cool with you, people that I'm saying, like it was a lot of shit going on back in those days, like
Of course.
So yeah, I've been here that long. So yeah. So I'm just trying to talk about boxing.
I got you. What fights? What topics interesting you right now?
So here's the thing. So since I've been away for so long, I pretty much touch on the basics, right? So the basics for me, like I interviewed Benavidez 3 times, and I interviewed Samson, right? And what it seems to me like, and I forced him to say it, but Samson did say that he did not want Benavidez to fight unless it was a PBC promotion, right? So when it comes to the ducking part of Canelo, yeah, I do have to say that. I have to say that Samson himself said that he wasn't going to allow his fighter to fight on a different card because he had somewhat of a relationship with PBC, and he felt like really strongly for that. So that is something that he said on record. You know what I mean? So I have to say that.
Let me,
and the Morrell fight. I'm sorry. One more thing. The Morrell fight. The Morrell fight. No. I apologize because I was supposed to say that in the same category. So the Morrell fight, he also said, right, was also already signed from way back then. This is like fucking 4 years ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so he already said the Morrell fight was there and signed. You know? So that's what I'm saying. So when it comes to everything right now, I understand that people are hating and people are mad. But you know what I'm saying? Like it really has to do with both business sides because Samson Promotions and Canelo himself, you can call him a duck with as much as you want. You can call him a duck, but he's trying to cash out, bro. And so
I don't know if you understand. I don't know if you're my kind of understanding of this take now. I am basically in agreement with you based on. I wasn't aware of that exact conversation, but that just adds credence to what I was already seeing from Benavidez. In that, I mean, I saw Benavidez say, "I'm a Vegas fighter. Like, I have my group that we are working with. This is a long-term thing." He was basically saying he's trying to be like the next Canelo, and he can't. Man, he can't really risk a loss and do that. Like he has long-term goals. They want to have a run. They're trying to go on a run. So he was basically saying we're going to be smart opponent selections.
Right.
And I was like, and I'm not saying that Canelo isn't a bad opponent selection in terms of a style matchup if you get it at the right moment or whatever. But yeah, I was like, that's not the attitude I remember you having. Like honestly.
Yeah, man. It's not. I can tell you right now, Benavidez was very, very fucking strong-hearted about he's going to whoop Canelo's ass. He's always been like that. He's always said he's going to whoop Canelo's ass. And he said, he's going to have to fight me one day. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, Samson never wanted to match him with anybody outside of PBC. So that's the whole problem that we have here because
I think they have an in-house. This is what I see. This is my conspiracy or whatever, but this is my kind of understanding of what I think is happening there. They have like an in-house agreement. Like this is what we're going to do. This is how we're all going to make a bunch of money together over the next few years, at least, right? Like why? To me, it's like they're like, why go for a $20 million payday? What if we lose? And then we're right back to $1 million paydays, splitting that up. When we can just keep banking like $8-9 million paydays, three every year, so we can make 30 a year. Split that up.
So way Heyman's always operated.
Yeah, and it's like that. That's exactly. That's like the playbook that they're. He kind of.
So Thunderdome. Let me ask you a question, real quick.
Away.
If I say Thunderdome, listen. Guess what? I will give you a $20 payday tomorrow. But you know what? You're not guaranteed that $1,000 payday tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like the week after, I should say, right? Yeah. Like it's pretty much what was going on right now. Like with the whole Benavidez camp and Samson Promotions and Canelo. Canelo's already doing his own thing, bro. He can make money. He can make his own negotiations, bro. Oh, and the thing is Samson is in bed with PBC. And I'm not mad at him for doing that. If he wants to be loyal, okay, I can't really get mad at you for being loyal, but you're gonna you losing your own money, bro. Like you're not like, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You're losing your own money.
I got two other parts to this. One is Benavidez also just said a couple weeks ago, I talked about this on here. He said, I'm a 175 pounder. I'm worried about light heavyweights. I'm not even thinking about Canelo anymore. Like, so it's basically like Canelo's old news. Like that fight maybe should have happened a couple years ago, a year ago, or whatever. But they're both saying they're not thinking about each other currently. So that's also just what it is, regardless. But then when you look at the gap, the disparity in pay from like, dude, you can go from Benavidez can go from 800,000, $1 million paydays if he catches a nail, or he can continuously make like $10 million paydays, maybe 20 here and there. Like that's a big fucking gap, and people don't want to take these risks. And it's man, as long as we're getting good matchups, I think fans would all pay out for it, honestly. But yeah.
I would hope for that. But I think that a lot of people are not really like right now. Benavidez for me, like I interviewed him 3 times, bro, and I interviewed Samson, like I said, and I all throughout all of those people say, "Oh, you're a Benavidez, fanboy." I'm like, no, I'm not. I actually told Benavidez that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that Canelo's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if Canelo got that chance, or I'm sorry, Benavidez got that chance over time, I would believe that Benavidez would work his way into a win over Canelo. And I think that right now is probably the best opportunity that he has. He has the best opportunity right now to beat Canelo Alvarez, bro. You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe that.
There's a problem here, and that is the WBC's protection. Mauricio Suleiman and the WBC don't want Canelo to face Benavidez because it's too risky and Canelo's too big of a.
Well, I don't know if it's necessary. The WBC is just going to kind of back Canelo's play, whatever that is, really. And it's not like Canelo can't win. I do favor Benavidez in that fight. Stylistically, it is what it is. But Canelo is a problem. He is a problem across the board.
Yeah, man. He is, bro. He is.
He's strong as hell. He's tough.
He got a chin. He's not getting knocked out, bro.
Great chin, and he's gonna keep coming. Like, it's a problem. He can come forward. He can move around and counter punch. Like, he's a real problem. So
he's never won. But as we've said, Anthony, Canelo has never won a top fight, against a top. Canelo's never won against a top fighter without help from the establishment, and you can't take that. You can't deny that.
That's one of those things that we would love to see, though, because I would love to see him fighting Benavidez, because I think Benavidez does bring the pressure like he does. Benavidez, look, he's ignorant to the fact that he can be beat. He's not gonna fucking come through like a soft ass. Like, he's gonna come through to win, and so is Canelo. And so that's gonna be a great fight, bro. It's gonna be a great fight, and I hope that shit happens. But I'm just gonna say right now that at this point, Canelo's not ducking, I don't believe, but I think Canelo is really trying to ruffle everybody's feathers, like, you know what I'm saying, like on some bring me the money, and we're gonna make this shit happen. I think really is what's going to be, because he knows that Benavidez is the truth. He gotta know that Benavidez is true, bro.
He does.
Let's be honest, also, that Canelo would not be in the state. Yeah, but Canelo would not be in the state he would be in especially if the 2 first Triple G fights had been correctly scored for Triple G.
Yeah, but Canelo, he still wouldn't have gone anywhere. He'd still be here.
We could look at Mayweather the same way, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna take that away from Canelo, because Canelo is still a small dude that moved up. Like, it's just the same thing as Pacquiao. I'm not gonna take nothing away from Mayweather for he should have lost against Castillo. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Crawford fight? What do you think about Canelo and School first? Then if he wins that, and Crawford fight afterwards.
Yo, Crawford is a beast, bro. But the whole thing is that you have to get acclimated to your weight class, bro. And that's my whole thing. My whole thing is that even with look, everybody looked at Usyk when he moved up and fought Witherspoon, and when he fought what's my guy's name? The big guy. You know what I'm talking about. The next opponent, which he just fought last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. The big guy, man, Chisora. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see how he acclimated himself, and that's a very important part about moving up to a different weight class. You have to acclimate yourself, bro. You have to. You have to. It's not a game. This is boxing. You don't play this game, bro. You have to actually be involved in it and ready to go. So the thing is that with Usyk, this is a prime example. He had to acclimate himself, and he did it. You know what I'm saying? And everybody even thought that he was going to lose because he looked a little weak with Chisora and with Witherspoon, but he had to acclimate himself. And then when he got ready, that's when he fought the top dudes, and that he's undisputed right now at heavyweight. And I'm gonna say the same thing with anybody like Terrence Crawford or anybody that tries to move up in weight class. You have to acclimate yourself. You may be a great, I believe that Terrence Crawford is one of the best boxers right now in all weight classes, right? But if he doesn't acclimate himself to the weight class, then guess what? He's gonna look stupid. He's gonna look stupid fighting a Canelo. He has to acclimate himself first. He has to get used to that.
And do you agree that, I'm sure Crawford is attempting to acclimate himself because it looks like he's staying out all year until September. So he's going to be trying to acclimate himself in the gym, sparring. But do you agree that there's a big difference between, acclimating yourself to bigger guys and sparring compared to a real fight versus a top level guy who is bigger and naturally used to this? You're going to get a different level of pressure. The stresses on your body and your mind during the real fight is just going to be a lot.
I've always said
it's going to wear on you a lot faster than it would.
Right. I've always said that Canelo has to be. I've always said that Crawford could win if he can be like Bivol and maintain that work rate and pacing. But Crawford. I don't think Crawford can maintain Bivol's work rate unless Canelo has really aged overnight. We are talking about an aging Canelo. So I might pick Crawford just off of that assessment if he can.
Well, we'll have to see how he
but Crawford is older than him, though. That's what I'm saying.
But I would think Canelo probably has more wear and tear. But we'll have to see.
Oh, you can say that. Yeah, I can see that.
He's been in a lot. Dude, he's been a pro since 15, a lot of tough fights, like just real damage. But Crawford just don't fight as often, kind of breezes through a lot of them. Canelo's had some wars, but Crawford's not a high volume guy. I'll say this. I've had Crawford as top pound for pound when people were saying that Canelo should be above him. I've had Crawford above that. You know what I'm saying? And so I will say that, right? But what I will also say in the same breath is that even though I feel like Crawford is better skilled, I think that Canelo is, for his weight, he's skilled enough to defend his crown, bro. I think that should make sense to everybody. He's skilled enough to defend his crown. Yeah, I really can't see Crawford winning myself, unless not with just the way Canelo looked, even in the ring versus Berlanga. I think that Canelo is still more than enough to defeat Crawford. I just think he does, unless he ages
Canelo just too strong for Crawford.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's just a matter of that Canelo's not gonna get knocked out. Okay, but look at how many knockouts Crawford has had. Look at how many Canelo has had. Right, so you put them in the same ring. Right, you're talking about this dominant dude that's undisputed, about to be two-time when he beats this dude right now in May. Right, let's be honest, bro. Like Canelo is a different breed, bro. He's a different breed. And I love Crawford. I don't get me twisted. I love Crawford. I made people eat crow on my channel back in the day when he beat fucking Errol Spence, because everybody thought Errol Spence was gonna wash him, and I was like, nah, you crazy. Like Errol Spence is a different breed. Terrence Crawford is a different breed. Like he's gonna wash fucking Errol Spence, and he did. And people had to pop up and eat their crow, But at the end of the day, with this particular fight, I believe that Canelo is a little too skilled in his weight class. I'm gonna say in his weight class, right? Because Terrence Crawford is ill. Like don't get it twisted. Terrence Crawford is ill. He's a beast. But in his weight class, Crawford is not gonna beat fucking Canelo, because Canelo's just gonna defend himself to the point and just take those short punches, take him out of range, and boom. And he already knows what Crawford's gonna do. and Canelo's way more skilled than him. You know, dealing with Floyd Mayweather's and stuff like that throughout his career. He already knows what's coming.
What about catch weight stipulations? You think that'll happen, or Canelo will?
I don't think they're gonna do that. Like, Canelo won't let it happen.
They aren't.
There's one thing that hasn't been figured out because he hasn't moved up. It's kind of like we don't know. How is he gonna carry that weight? The transformation of Terrence Crawford. That's a big question mark for the positive or for the negative. It's more probable to think it is negative, but you never know. That power carried for the 3 or 4 divisions that he fought.
Yeah, man. That shit ain't pop. That shit ain't popping, bro. With Canelo, bro. Canelo's already got his fucking what he carried up. He's got it, bro.
To me, it's a styles make fights thing, and who got what weapons. Everything that you're gonna need for being the bigger guy, Canelo has it. He got a good stiff jab, tight defense, got a good chin. He rips hard body shots. He's gonna slow the mover down. He's good at breaking the guy down. And Crawford's game plan, you know, I would think you come in with big hard shots, pot shots, hard uppercuts, followed by the overhand. Just sling them from underneath and come right back over the top and get the hell out of there. Just keep doing it. But Bomac is saying no power, like just point fight, win on the decision, in and out, lateral movement, in and out, move, stick them, move, stick them, move. Don't even worry about committing to the punch because then he might catch you slipping because that is what Canelo does. That's what he does, right? That's how he got Kovalev because when you go in with that Buddy McGirt style of just pitter pat, well, it is what it is. You're gonna end up getting walked down and clipped. But then the reason they do that is because they're afraid to commit. Because when he makes you miss, you're gonna overextend to be out of position, and he's slinging a Tank Davis special right for your chin. And that's
is the smart money. Is the smart money Canelo by unanimous decision over Crawford?
Put your money on Crawford.
The smart money. Well, if you want to make money, bet for Crawford decision to make money.
I'm telling you right now, if it goes 12 rounds, Crawford wins. If it's a knockout, Canelo wins. I think Crawford beats Canelo. I think Crawford's preserved. Even though he fights once a year, he's still in the gym every day. He's a gym rat. You know what I'm saying?
He's very preserved.
He has a good jab. His footwork. I know people say, "Oh, his feet has slowed down," but the opponents he's fought, he doesn't really need to use his feet against. I think
we're fighting in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes, Saudi.
Okay, well, keep in mind that we don't have a biased crowd over there. If you guys know what I mean, there's no biased crowd over there. There's no Al Sharptons over there, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Turkey ain't gonna do Canelo like that.
I don't know if that fight's happening in Saudi.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
That fight's in Vegas. That fight's in the Raider Stadium. Actually, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, they were saying
in Vegas. Crawford's. Canelo's got it.
If it happens in Vegas, I would stand corrected if he gets robbed. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that. Look, at the end of the day, I don't believe that Terrence Crawford on that weight scale, right? I don't think that he beats Canelo fairly like that. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that he's a better boxer though. But I think that that the power punches are going to be more effective on Canelo's end, and that's all I believe. You know what I'm saying? But I can be corrected on that day, man. I'm not. I'm nobody above being corrected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Canelo wins, but I'm just saying if he's like a 4-1 underdog, you put $20 on Crawford, yeah, you'll make like 80, right? If you bet more, the same thing.
Yeah, I just feel like Canelo. He
the
kind
smart
of
money's on Canelo to win, especially if it's in Vegas.
Canelo kind of foreshadowed why he didn't want to fight Crawford in the beginning. He was saying that he moves too much and shit like that. So he knows
Yeah.
that Crawford's gonna box. He knows he's got to cut the ring off. And in my opinion, I don't think Canelo's the best at doing that. Because if he did, he would have stopped these guys like Munguia, fucking Charlo. What else the other dude he's fought recently?
What's your name, brother? I want to remember you just so I could come back and talk to you afterwards.
It's 150, man. It's 150.
Oh, 150
man.
Dream Team?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, you already know his Major Key.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
Salute,
you can't say he doesn't exercise patience and he ends up getting you, like at least knocking you down.
And that's Gonzalo too? That's Gonzalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, what's up?
Wow, what the fuck, bro? How I recognize your names, bro? Shit, bro.
What's up,
I did just off of the like the voice. Yo. You see, I've been around this YouTube too long, bro. I understand people just by their names. I feel you, Gonzalo. Like, you know, like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that I believe, honestly, I do believe that Canelo is capable of weathering that storm from a Terence Crawford. However, I do believe that Terence Crawford is a better boxer. I don't know how that translates to the higher weight class, though. That's my whole point. See what I'm saying? Like so. If he loses, it's only because he didn't acclimate himself to the weight class. But if he wins, I'm not going to be surprised because he's just a better boxer. You know what I'm saying?
So much.
Yeah, see you guys later, Major Key 150 Thunderdome. I got a roommate here in Vegas, and he's kind of old, and I think my voice, you know, when I'm talking loud, he gets pissed. So I'm just gonna be listening. I'm gonna put my headphones on. Later, guys. Cool conversation.
All right, Gonzalo. Till next
time.
All
right, Gonzalo. Yeah.
Peace.
And I don't think Canelo's ever fought a switch either, bro. If I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, I'm lying. He fought Austin Trout. He likes to switch, but he ain't fought too many of them switch hitters, man. And how many southpaws has Canelo fought? To be honest, how many has he fought? It's not that many, right?
Well, I mean, you got to look at Golovkin was a pretty tricky fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say he was a switch hitter to the extent of a Terence Crawford, but I'm just gonna say that he threw those overhand loops like from either side, like, you know. So he was tricky like that, but I wouldn't say that he's ever fought anybody like a Terence Crawford. I would never say that.
And yeah, there's different things there, right? Because Golovkin shifts into different stances with punches, right? A la Jack Dempsey, Mike Tyson. You get the
right.
P-Rog, etc. And Crawford, to me, Crawford's just a southpaw. He's just a southpaw. With his strong hand in front, and that's just what it is. So yeah, he'll move and switch stances, but he's really just a southpaw. And again, I talked about this where I don't even think if you're switching stances in terms of shifting your weight and following through with combinations, different story. But we just saw this right after we talked about it with Israel Adesanya, how he just got knocked out, switching stances repeatedly. You can't do that because it takes time for your body to like get full body coordination and in these new states every time you switch a stance. When you do, you're literally open for shots. The second you switch, when someone switches in front of you, attack that motherfucker immediately. They don't have their bearings just yet. They got to move and get their coordination with their body. And Crawford doesn't do that much, but what he does do is he'll square up and then roll off to a different angle and end up in a different stance.
Keep in mind, Crawford,
you can't do that. You can't square up like that. Throw combinations with Canelo or any bigger guy with decent speed, hand speed. He's going to clip you.
No, I don't think he's going to switch.
And we also have to remember.
I don't think he's going to either. I think he'll mostly be southpaw, working the jab, right hand, turning him.
When Crawford's in trouble, he switches to southpaw. Like when you see it, look at the fight against Kell Brook. When he
needs to get serious.
Yes, exactly.
He goes, and he's gonna need
to stay in southpaw.
Yeah, yep.
Against Spence, he didn't switch at all. He just stayed in southpaw the whole fight, pretty much. Like I think, like the first round or second round, he switched and he was just southpaw the whole time. But Spence can't fight southpaws, man. That's what I'm saying. Pacquiao would have fucked him up. Pacquiao would have beat Spence. I really think he would.
Now, I'm gonna say this last thing before I back out. I think that people have to realize also that even with whatever style you bring it to, right? When Canelo fights, he can switch his style up too. He can switch his style up and he's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So if Terrence Crawford tries to bring his weight up to a Canelo that's already acclimated at the weight class or already fighting for 2-time undisputed, right? You're going to get a Canelo that's already comfortable that will bang that back, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's southpaw or orthodox, he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? And when he bangs back, it's going to be with power. It's going to be very stable. It's going to be with very much a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing that I'm not saying that Crawford can't do it, but I'm saying that Crawford has to be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to bow out. You know what I mean? Y'all have a great night.
Hey, salute for
All right,
coming on.
thank you.
God bless you. Welcome back
care.
anytime.
Welcome back till next time.
Yep.
Back sometime.
Gonzalo says he's in Vegas. Gonzalo's in Vegas for
Yeah, right.
2 months. Dude, I'm about to fly out for a weekend. We'll go fucking in a casino.
Yeah,
Not
shout
even
out
kidding. You're in
Gonzalo.
fucking Vegas?
Because
I
he was
didn't
in the
even know you were-
Philippines all this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up, though, man.
I just wish
Yeah.
that Crawford's resume was better than like people. It's like we're the only ones that realize how shot and awful Earl Spence looked before that fight, and what's his best win? The Victor Postal boredom and the
I'll
the
say
Sean
this real
Porter
quick.
thing.
I'll say this real quick about this Bud Crawford thing. Maybe I need to go back and watch some film again to reassert my beliefs in whatever way they fall. And maybe it's all these videos. Me and Bray were talking about it. He was like, I don't know, man. I think Crawford's going to get him now. And I was like, it's the fucking videos going around. Everyone's telling you Bud's going to get him. And these videos are showing highlights. And you get a little brainwashed. But I'm like, well, man, I don't know. It wouldn't be the craziest thing I saw. I can see a way he wins. I don't think it's point fighting though. So I'm literally wondering if Canelo and if Bomac and them are fucking bullshitting on that point fighting is just like throw them off. Like this is what we're gonna do, but it ain't.
See, here's the thing, and like most people think Canelo's gonna win, right? Before this fight, I was saying the fight should not happen. Crawford's way too small. But as time has went on, I think Crawford has a chance. I really think he does. Like he's one of the most skilled fighters Canelo has fought in a long time. Like a lot of dudes Canelo's been fighting are now on the level of Crawford. And if you're saying that, that's just bullshit. Munguia's not that good. He just got knocked out by a random. Berlanga's not that good. We all know that. He's a fucking bum. Caleb Plant, I mean, he's decent. You know what I'm saying? But he's not nothing special. He don't want to fight Benavidez. That's a real fighter. That's a legit fighter. He don't want to fight real fights, man. This fight against Crawford is a real fight.
In the longer this fight takes, it favors Crawford because he is preserved.
Absolutely.
He is. He's not a war-torn guy. He's fresh. He's still fresh. That is what it is. So, and we have to see. I'd like Canelo to fight School because he's like a bigger version of Gamboa, but similar to Crawford in that fast hands. He throws fast combinations. See how Canelo deals with that at this age with a naturally bigger guy.
Crawford's got to study the Bivol fight and be Bivol if he can.
Well, and this, I kind of agree with that, and I don't really see a way to win without that. Doing the Miguel Cotto, the Golovkin, the Mayweather, the Bivol, and I don't think 6'2" says to beat Canelo, you got to back him up. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think it's necessarily back him up. You got to stand right in front of him and in and out and turn, but right in front of him, a la Floyd Mayweather, Golovkin, Bivol, Miguel Cotto. They're all right in front of him, in and out, turn. Boxing, the sweet science. You got to know how to fight, man. The dude is good. That shows you kind of how good Canelo is. You got to know how to do it all. Like you got to pull all the fucking tricks out the bag.
Got to put all the fucking tricks out of the bag. And as a boxer, if you're fighting Canelo, you have to have like a plan B, because if Canelo's being outboxed, Canelo don't have a plan B if he's being outboxed. Bivol showed us that.
And you know how, like,
And-
when you're down, say you're like down in moments or it's not going your way. I'll
Right,
say like
okay.
Tank on some fight, he's just down on the cards or Wilder, and they'll start whipping big shots, right?
Right.
Well, Canelo does that too, but way better, right? And he doesn't ever let up. But if it's not going good, he'll just start trying all kinds of shit. He'll swing with everything he got. Like he tried it with Bivol, it wasn't enough. Bivol, he's fucking good. But I don't know. He's gonna land on you. Like, look at what he was doing to Caleb Plant. Like, I'm just coming. Like, I get it. It's Caleb Plant, and Plant wasn't there to win. But like, dude, he was just hitting them anywhere and everywhere. He did it to Berlanga. Like, he got dirty with Berlanga. Like, he's coming to hurt you. I mean, you got to know how. You can't point fight this guy. He's fucking.
I think Plant was. I
So
think
Crawford-
Plant was there
Crawford
to
has
win.
the pain.
I think Plant was there to win against Canelo, but he just doesn't have the skill set. Plant doesn't duck anybody. I mean, he's there. I mean, he tries, but he always gasses out, late in fights. And I think that's his biggest downfall.
Yeah, he doesn't have a gas tank like that. That's one of his problems. So I agree.
Is
But,
to win, even.
I
Yeah,
would
man,
love
I just-
to see someone. Where was it? Someone was just saying.
I just don't want to dismiss Crawford, man. Like,
Oh.
he's too skilled. He's too skilled. I know people.
I can't dismiss him. I can't. Like, I can't. That's
Yeah,
the
I
thing.
can't, bro. I've watched Canelo's fights and he's not the same.
It ain't
Dudes in
even
dudes
that.
in the comments are lying right now.
Crawford has the
Canelo has
ability.
aged drastically.
It's anyone around Crawford's size, and like, let's keep it a buck. Canelo is bigger in like that. He's more acclimated to that weight. Okay, but they're relatively the same. They're not much different. Canelo's a bit bigger, but again, he's more acclimated to that weight, and that gives him advantages. He's used to fighting much bigger, just quite frankly, even bigger, better guys. But
That is a good point.
Crawford is preserved. Canelo is downsliding, and Crawford has the ability to sling some shit that can zap you. You don't see coming, and it clips you. It's a it's a real problem. It's a real problem. So if you can't, I can't just write them off, and they're not going to come in. Like, this is going to be the biggest fight of that whole team's fucking life. They're going to put everything they have into this fight. All of their minds, all of their tricks, all of their game plans. Like, they're going to come in loaded. And to Canelo,
I wanted to be in
another
Saudi
fight.
so badly, Anthony, because I don't want it to be in Vegas, because if it's in Vegas, there's too much of a chance of fucking bullshit.
I'm telling you, man.
I still favor Canelo. I just can't write Crawford off. I really can't. But
every Canelo fight, and like most of the fights that I've seen when I go on YouTube, right? Most of the fans always say it's easy, it's easy, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? All his fights. And then when you watch him, it don't look so easy.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, he's not gonna beat Crawford easy. That's not an easy fight for him. He's not gonna beat him down like people think. He's not, bro. He's not. I don't see it. I just don't see it, bro. Respectfully.
I hear you.
I agree.
Yeah, like people say he was gonna beat down Berlanga easy. I mean, he beat him up. He definitely won most of the rounds, but I mean, Canelo still had to work for that shit, bro.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't think that was going to be an easy fight. I thought he would win, but I thought it would be just like it was, like tough fight, but he's going to end up breaking him, and Berlanga will submit, and he did. He still had to work for it. That's why he got so dirty, because Berlanga was hard to break. He was fighting his ass off. He was there to win, but Canelo pulls out all stops, man. He's like, you ain't the one, motherfucker. I will cheat. I will. Dude, in that fight, he was like, if you're not willing to break, I'll cheat. He really did that. He got so fucking dirty in that fight. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, he did get dirty.
And they just allowed it because it's Canelo. What are you going to do? It's his show.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
But if Crawford applies the pressure, not pressure, not like actually pressuring, but if he's like winning
He's got
rounds,
no shot in hell, dude.
If he's winning rounds and he's giving Canelo trouble. Canelo's gonna gas, bro.
That's a dream. You know that, right?
Nah, it's not.
That's absolutely fantasy.
It's not a dream.
This guy's got no shot in hell, none.
Well, I mean,
that's. I think the more time, the more time that goes by, the more people become brainwashed. The truth is that Canelo hasn't made welterweight in 15 years. There's a reason for that. 15 years, bro.
People are not brainwashed. You know why? Because most
Crawford
of the fans
made
are saying
welterweight
Canelo's
last
gonna
year.
win. Most of the people are saying Canelo's gonna win.
He's gonna
know
beat the
that.
shit out of
You
him,
know
dude.
that.
Well, I don't
you know
care
that.
about
You
the
know
weight.
Canelo's gonna.
It's not about what people say. It's what I know.
It is.
Well, hold on.
I know.
So how you gonna say people got brainwashed?
The weight literally does not matter with like these guys because they are about the same size. What matters is what caliber we know they are. Like we know who we have seen in what fights, right? We know who they've done, who has done what versus who.
But the weight matters. The weight matters a lot.
It does for sure, but I don't think there's much I don't think there's much of a difference. Like, there's a difference. But I don't think there's much of a difference between like a Madrimov in terms of like a fight night weight compared to Canelo.
I think Crawford knows he's not going to be able to put a dent in this guy. I think
might be like 15 pounds on fight night.
No, I think it's more than that. I mean, look, Canelo's not he's not a little guy. Like I said, he hasn't made welterweight in 15 years for a reason. Like Crawford ain't as big as Canelo. People can say, "Oh, well, look, he was 180 something, bro." Well, what fat? Canelo's
look, that 186,
solid 180 guy.
That 180, he just put up that picture of him on the scale, and it's like he could be holding a fucking weight. He wasn't.
Yeah, he never even showed himself
That's
on
his
it.
walk around weight because he's bulking right now. He is bulking.
What is Crawford's walk around weight?
Probably like 175, 180.
Yeah, what he showed on that scale is probably his walk around weight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's
probably it. Is they all fat, bloated up with fucking Coca-Colas and Domino's pizza. Yeah, Canelo's like 180, dude.
Canelo has more body mass than Crawford, but he doesn't have longer reach and he's not taller than him.
He has no shot in hell. Like, this is a guy that eats triple G shots like they're candy. What do you think Canelo's going to do?
But that's the thing.
What do you think Crawford's going to do to him?
Regardless of
he got nothing for him.
Regardless of who we think won the fights, we have seen Canelo in the ring with Golovkin 3 times.
Yeah,
even the third one, whatever you want to say, it's, look at the first 2. Then it don't matter.
His skill level's on another level, I think.
Miguel Cotto, it's an old Cotto at the end of his career, but he's still fucking Miguel Cotto, man.
What's Miguel Cotto, man? The thing is, I think
that Cotto would fuck this Crawford up.
Yeah, he would fuck Crawford up at any point in his career.
Cotto's just a terror. Like, I don't think people understand how good that dude is. And he went even Stevens or whatever with Canelo. They give it to Canelo, whatever. But
I think people are really underestimating Canelo, man.
Regardless of and Berlanga again, not that good, but huge, right? And tough, like ballsy young guy.
I mean, look, even looking like a guy like Berlanga, dude. I don't think Crawford could even go 12 with Berlanga. I think even Berlanga would beat the shit out of Crawford.
Well, hold on. Caleb Plant versus Bud Crawford at 168. I know it's a different style.
Bud can't even beat Crawford, dude.
It might not. It necessarily doesn't have anything to do with and because again, the Canelo doesn't have anything to do with Canelo because the Canelo that fought Plant and different Plant compared to now.
Yeah,
but
I mean, there's weight classes for a reason.
That's what I'm saying. There's weight classes for a reason.
Also, like Crawford ain't even like an A level fighter. He never has been. You know who has been? Canelo. Canelo is an A level fighter. He's on another level. Shrink him down to Crawford's size. He's still better than Crawford.
Explain why. What are you talking about?
Because he's better than Crawford. He's a bigger.
Do you know how many times
he's
Canelo
a bigger,
lost?
better fighter.
You know how many times he robbed dudes? What are we talking about, man?
But we got to be honest. Like Canelo's just a more skillful fighter.
No,
he's not only bigger.
He's not
more skilled.
No, he's not,
dude.
Well, Canelo's A level because
that Cotto.
The only reason Canelo's A level
fights the
is
same
because
every.
He's a more skilled fighter than
He fights the
Crawford's
same
ever
every
been.
fight. He fights the same every fight. You know
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna come forward.
he's a
You know he's
skillful
gonna
fighter,
go to the
dude.
body. You know he's gonna throw 1s and 2s and 3s.
Yeah,
He's not gonna throw no combinations. Come on, man. You know this, man. You know Canelo does the same shit every fight. He's not more skilled than fucking Crawford. No, he's not. I don't care
Well,
how
this
bigger
is
he
this
is.
is the thing. In terms of A level, which of them is A level? I would
Then it's
say
A
the
level.
question
Canelo's not
is
A level.
Canelo A level? And I look, look. What do you have to be? I can see a realm where I'm like, yeah, Canelo's A level because in terms of he's coming to fucking win, like that, in that terms, like, but he isn't like A level in terms of like pound for pound skills or whatever. Uh, but he's got a fucking machine behind him. He is Canelo. He's coming with a lot of money to have a good camp, all the best stuff. Like he's coming. He's coming to win for sure. That kind of when you're there
You
to win,
wouldn't
that
even.
also makes you.
I remember some years ago, Anthony, you wouldn't even rank Canelo because of his PED cheating. You said that every fighter should be fighting based on their ability and fighting as a
Yeah, but this
natural,
shit
as
is
a
so
natural fighter.
wide open now, and like no one's even there. It's so wide
It's different
open
now.
It's
It
great.
is.
I don't even
I
know.
feel like
I don't even know what to say about it anymore. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
if Canelo was
This is
as good as
true.
people say, he would have beat Mayweather. Mayweather was way smaller and older than Canelo, and that was easy. That was easy work. I understand it was at a 152 catch weight or some shit like that. But even still, bro, I feel like Canelo, as good as people were saying he should have beat Mayweather.
Okay,
And
this
and then
Schofield,
Triple G beat him as well. You know what I'm saying?
Schofield's
Kovalev
kind of
beat him
nailing it.
almost until he got knocked out.
He's like a B level fighter. He is. He's B level. In terms of like
B
skills,
plus.
all that. I don't know. He's like B level or whatever, but got a hell of a chin. And what he does, he knows how to like. It's almost like Arthur Abraham. Think of like Arthur Abraham. He didn't do all that much, but what he did it fucking well. And he just applied his pressure when he was on his game. He was the problem. But it was he had a fucking winning mindset. He's coming to win. Like that kind of thing. But
No, I agree. I
Canelo's
agree.
better than
Canelo
Arthur
comes to
Abraham.
win.
but he's in great shape. He's got a good mindset. Like he comes to fucking fight. He's always there. He's never like submitting to somebody. He might just get beat, but that's whatever. Yeah,
He's got a world class chin.
the chin. Like that's a problem.
No, I agree with that. Like those points you just brought up, and you know what I'm saying, those are good. Like I can bring up points on why I think Canelo is good. I can bring up things that he does well, but I can bring up things he doesn't do well.
Oh, 100.
I just think Crawford does more, and other guys like we just named them Triple G, Mayweather, Bivol, you know what I'm saying? Even Lara gave him some trouble. Trout. I mean, Lil Cotto was way smaller than Canelo, man. And Cotto gave Canelo hella trouble. People need to run that fight back. People say that Canelo just beat Cotto easy. That was not easy, man.
No, I've
Cotto was there
always
to
said
win.
that. Yeah,
Cotto was there to win.
Cotto was whooping his ass, man. But this, I don't. Since Crawford couldn't even beat prospect Madrimov.
Madrimov.
This is the thing. I'll say this. I will guarantee everybody Madrimov is going to be better in this fight versus Vergil Ortiz than he was versus Crawford in terms of he's going to know to let his hands go more. This is the bigger stage. He's going to have heard all the criticisms and took that all into account and, went back to the drawing board and made himself better. It's what these guys do. It's what he's going to have done. Man, if he ends up beating Vergil Ortiz, I already know every Bud fan's going to be like, told you, told you. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. Oh, yeah.
I think Madrimov's a hard style matchup, man. I really think he is. A lot of people just push him off to the side because Crawford beat him. Now he isn't shit. Now he's just a 10-fight fighter or some shit like that, whatever people say. But who cares, man? I mean, he has a lot of experience in the amateurs, man. You know what I'm saying? This Iglesias dude, people hyping up. Madrimov beat him in the amateurs. He beat him. You know what I'm saying? He's beaten some very highly skilled amateurs, bro. Madrimov.
Yeah. Madrimov ain't a prospect. I mean, when he was a prospect, I have videos like years and years ago when when live streaming wasn't even a thing yet. Being like, this guy is going to be a problem. I hope in the future, I was literally saying like years and years ago, in the future, hopefully, or not hopefully, but this is a likely opponent for Crawford, and we just got it. We could just
Dude, Crawford knew already that Madrimov was legit because
Yeah,
Crawford
for
went to
sure.
Uzbekistan in like 2017, and they was telling them about Madrimov already. Back then, they was saying, "Yo, this guy's Madrimov's legit." So Crawford already knew this shit coming in. You know what I'm saying? That's the fans' fault for thinking that Crawford was just gonna smoke him. That's the problem, bro. And that's why people are saying what they're saying. No, Madrimov's legit, bro. He's a real fighter, man. He ain't no fucking bum. He ain't no contender. He just won a title. How's he a contender? I mean, sorry, prospect. Come on, man.
No, he was just coming along. He was just going to move very rapidly because he's that good. It is what it is. But yeah.
Dude, and I've watched Madrimov's fights like in the beginning when he was doing the fucking backflips in the ring and shit like that. Bro, and I've watched him from then to now. When he fought Crawford, I was very impressed. He's gotten a lot better from that time. From when he first started on the zone till now, he's gotten way better. Way better. I was very shocked how well he fought against Crawford. But everyone's just saying, oh, he's a bum. You got 10 fights. Like, man, these dudes don't know what they're looking at, man. That dude is skilled as fuck.
Yeah, if Crawford is, if you think Crawford's all that, well, then look how good Madrimov is. Like, again, some people think he won. I thought it was close. Gave it to Crawford myself. Whatever draw would have been fair. A rematch. I would have liked to have saw a rematch, quite frankly. I think it was a well-deserved fight to have a rematch. The champ lost his belt in a really close fight. Just run it back. You know, when they kind of even said they would. Actually, they did. They said they were going to. Like the day after the fight, they were together taking photos, and they said they would run it back. But yeah, for whatever reason. Yeah, he beat him fairly close but clear.
Who you got? Ortiz beating Madrimov?
That's his best. In terms of going up against these bigger guys, especially, that's the only fight I'm taking into consideration. Really, that's the only data you should really focus on because as Bud's gotten bigger, I mean, you can take his abilities, what he can do, like the way he moves and punches or whatever, obviously, but that's more relative of what to expect from him versus the bigger guys. And Canelo isn't. Madrimov's a much different fighter. He's a lot more complicated, right?
Yes, he's way more complicated than Canelo.
So many different looks, and he can punch from any angle with either hand, whether the hand's up high, down low. He can punch from underneath, over top, straight down the middle. It's just a different fight. But he handled a bigger guy well. I thought like again, I think they both kind of shit the bed, but you know, it's because it was a dangerous fight. It was for both of them. It was dangerous. They both should have let the hands go a bit more.
I don't think he shit the bed though. And honestly, you know what I'm saying? I thought that fight right there was two technicians in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I just think that was a close fight, bro. You know, it was two very skilled guys, skilled boxers boxing it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they shit the bed. I know some people said that fight wasn't entertaining, but it was like a chess match, man. That fight was like a chess match to me.
Yeah, well, this is it for the Crawford. As Jay says, Crawford won because of the last two rounds. Fight was 50-50 up until that point. I agree.
I think Crawford won because of his name.
I agree with that.
The last round,
he lost.
He started letting his hands go, throwing them 4 or 5 punch combinations.
He was missing. You know, he was missing 99% of those shots.
You're throwing a 5-punch combination. Yeah,
this dude was blocking almost everything.
His landing too.
He needed it.
Crawford secured those last 2 rounds. He
did. Yeah, I don't think he did at all. I think he very clearly lost.
He definitely did.
Very clearly lost.
He definitely secured those last.
Dude, he was throwing punches. All this shit was getting blocked.
Before that, the last 3, the 3 before that, Madrimov won those 3 rounds, 8, 9, and 10.
That dude was pushing his ass back the entire fight, and Crawford was doing very little. You can't take a champion's title on that. That's some bullshit.
I hear you. That's why they should have a rematch. But that, like, I'm not saying that's Crawford just does that, man.
But we got to give the titles a little
They
respect.
rely
Crawford
on,
does do that.
you know, there's several guys right now out there that are just they don't box, or they're not point fighters. If they don't overwhelm you early, they just wait around, let you steam out a bit, and then try to crash you at the end.
Yeah. But I mean, Madrimov was pushing him back the entire time, pretty much, almost every round. I mean, that's part of the scoring. Yeah, you have to respect that. That's the ring generalship. And it was all Madrimov. Crawford, yeah, he had some moments in there, but I felt like the majority of the fight was controlled by Madrimov. And he was landing a lot of punches. He was landing a decent amount of punches, clean ones.
I agree.
Yeah.
The fight kind of, I agree. It's really weird that, like, because I agree the fight was controlled by Madrimov. Because, again, if you're the boss the other guy around. That is what it is.
He was a ring general for the majority of the fight.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. You know, I just feel like there's some special treatment. They're not scoring it for what it is. You know, they're just like, oh, well, that's Crawford. It's like, well, who cares? He's not fighting like a champion.
I scored that fight a draw.
I mean, you really can't, because how could it be? If it was, I would say maybe you're right if it was going back and forth, but it wasn't. For the most part, it was Madrimov controlling Crawford.
How many rounds do you think Madrimov won?
Most of the fight was kind of like they were kind of like posturing for position, for control of that ring. And most of it was Madrimov. I scored it on my channel. I don't remember exactly the numbers. I think I had it kind of close, but I think I had Madrimov winning by like 2 rounds or something like that.
Oh yeah, see, then the draw isn't wrong. Then the draw isn't wrong. If you had Madrimov winning by 2 rounds,
I'd have to go back and look. I haven't seen that fight in a while.
That fight was razor thin. That fight
was. It's so, look. I guarantee if you watched it a few times, your card is going to be a little different. It was basically about a draw. The last 2 rounds, because I had it kind of like a draw in my head on the cards. You know, because I mean, Crawford had some big rounds too. Not big, but he clearly won some.
He had some moments. He
clearly won some fucking.
But they all came while he was being pushed back. They were all coming while he was getting pushed back.
Still punching though. Like if I go back, if I'm punching the fuck out of you, I'm still winning.
Yeah, I understand. But it's sort of in some sort of similar to Bivol. You know, Bivol's losing the majority of the rounds versus Beterbiev. And then at the very end, he like blitzes, tries to steal the ends of rounds. That's what Crawford was doing.
Very
trying to steal the ends of rounds.
Those fights get close. It is a close fight. Like I can see a draw. I think a rematch would have been fair. It was one of those fights.
I think a rematch would have done a lot better than the first one, like pay-per-view wise.
Sure.
I think that would have been an exciting fight. I'd rather see that than the Canelo fight. I much rather see that.
Wait, you said Bivol tried to steal the end of the rounds, or the
he was trying to steal the Bivol was trying to steal the ends of rounds.
Also, just like an ambush fighter.
Yeah. He did. I agree with you. I thought
he did that a lot.
Last 3. I was about to say the last 3. He was just moving around the ring. Beterbiev was beating him up those last.
But before that, he was stealing the ends of rounds.
Yeah, he was.
He wouldn't do much of anything. Then he would blitz him at the end.
I think he won some early rounds too, though, man. I think Bivol did win some early rounds because Beterbiev starts slow. He does start slow.
It was a close fight. I remember I scored it. I think I had Bivol winning the majority of the. He almost won the entire first half of the fight.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. From what I remember,
I had Bivol winning at first, but when I rewatched it, Beterbiev won on my card. When I rewatched it, I had him winning like 7-5 or some shit.
Yeah, I had Beterbiev win it, but it was kind of a close fight in some ways.
I got Bivol, man. I know a lot of people gonna pick Beterbiev again, but I'm going with Bivol. I picked Bivol the first time to win too, but I think Beterbiev edged it out.
I think Beterbiev's in better shape now. I've seen his training. He looks to be in some amazing shape.
Dude, this card is incredible.
Yeah, this card is good as hell, bro.
It's so good. And Bivol, he doesn't seem affected like you might think a guy would be from the first fight. That's how you know mentally he's like, all right, they can give it to him. I understand it. I lost, whatever, but I can beat him. I just got to do better. That's
Yeah,
it.
Bivol's very
He
calm,
said he's going to
very
punch
calm.
more. He said he needs to throw more.
Dude, he is a
Definitely.
mental monster. He
He
is.
definitely needs to throw more.
Yeah, he does.
I think
those last
I
3
think
rounds he gave him away.
I think Beterbiev knows he needs to throw more. So this might be a pretty good fight.
Who are the boogeymen in boxing right now, like division wise? Like I'm thinking like 35. Just not boogeymen necessarily, but guys in their weight don't want to fight. Like I don't think none of these dudes at 35 want to fight Keyshawn. I don't think anyone at like 54.
I think Kid Austin wants to fight him. I think Keyshawn actually might be kind of afraid of that guy. I think that guy, if he beats Shakur, the what?
I don't think anyone at 54 wants to fight Boachuk,
no.
Live.
Yeah,
Or
they don't want
Boachuk.
to fight Boachuk or Bakram. Yeah, I agree with that. Nobody wants to fight those.
I mean, Ortiz is kind of a boogeyman himself. At 154, a lot of guys do not want to fight him.
Yeah,
like, look, dude, fucking Crawford ducked him.
He was the boogeyman at 47.
Yeah, 47 as well. But look, the guys are ducking. Like Crawford ducked him at 154. The same for Boots. Boots had an opportunity to fight him.
To me, Crawford definitely ducked him at 47. I'm not going to say
and 54.
Now. I'm not going to say he ducked him now because the fucking Canelo fight, you're obviously.
Well, Ortiz, Turkey, right before the Canelo fight, he says, "Well, if we can't do this, then I want Crawford versus Ortiz."
Yeah,
that's what he said. And then he was offered the fight. He offered.
That's why Madrimov got it. That's why Madrimov got it, because they went for Canelo. But again, why couldn't it just be like Vergil and Crawford before Canelo? Like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, it's such a risky fight for Crawford. Crawford,
that's why we want to see it. It's risky as fuck.
Exactly. That dude, I think has a huge potential to knock Crawford out. He's like perfect style for knocking Crawford out. The high work rate, the way his approach is really good. But he's really open for Crawford's biggest weapon, which is that chopping right hand, and that's the one that put his ass down.
I think
Ortiz
Crawford will counter Ortiz. I think Ortiz lost to Boachuk. I think Boachuk beat him, bro. I don't.
It was a very close fight. You want to talk about close fight?
Yeah,
that was very close, extremely close. To me, that's closer than the fucking Crawford Madrimov fight. That's a fight that is razor close.
To me, Ortiz won the fight, but the knockdowns wouldn't be the reason he lost if he had Boachuk winning. And to me, one of them, I can't even remember which one, but one of them wasn't.
I had Boachuk winning that one, but it was very close, even with the knockdowns. It was.
But I can't argue if you had Boachuk winning. It was that fucking
it was a close fight. I'm not.
That's
saying
razor
Boachuk
close fight.
Blew him out, but I thought Boachuk still edged it because he had 2 knockdowns too, and then he won rounds after that as well.
Yeah, it was a great fight. I'd love to see a rematch.
I was trying to debate on whether to score them 10-8 or 10-9 because he just got knocked down and came right back up just smoking.
And then, that's the other thing, right? It's like one of those fights because the first knockdown, he got up and went to fucking war for 40 seconds. Just plowed on this dude for 40 seconds till the bell. It's like,
oh, going now 10-8. No, that's a 10-9. No, it's 10-8. No, it's almost like even because he came back so well.
It's just one of them fights.
I mean, Ortiz is a fucking madman. You know, he's the kind of guy that will fight you while he's falling over. Like he's dizzy and he's falling over. He's still throwing all kinds of combinations, and the shit is still hard. He's still hurting you off balance. That's a rare ability to be able to hurt a guy while you're off balance. So he's a very dangerous dude.
Who's Big Bang?
Bang?
Is that Bacoli?
Big Bang.
And McCauley. Is he fighting on this card this weekend?
No, I wish.
They got to throw him in there, right? I want to see him versus Crawford.
Yeah, I think it's Bacoli.
They're like, Crawford's strong. He's strong.
Zhang, the big Chinese commie. He's fighting this weekend. Oh, Zhang. Oh, the big communist is a Big Bang.
Who's Zhang fighting?
Zhang. Oh, Zhang. Yeah.
Who the hell is he fighting? He's fighting 2 on that card?
I think Zayabel.
The hell? Everyone's on that card, huh?
Yeah, it's Knockout City. Oh, man, I saw this dude play the craziest parlay. And, I mean, he's going to hit for like 25 G's if he wins or something on a $100 bet, but he ain't winning. He had the craziest, craziest picks. I have it saved somewhere. I was like, man, you guys got to see this shit. It is crazy. Hope he does, but yeah, Tank says fighters have to prove themselves before they fight them. When I fight a fighter, it's like me helping them because I'm helping them more than they help me. 5x. If I retire, then see some crazy shit, I'll come back to boxing. All right, first of all, when I fight a fighter, it's like me helping him. Did I not just talk about that? That's what the money men do in boxing. That's the rules. Like when you're the money man, you fight to spread the wealth around. It's what you do. Like when Mike Tyson was the guy, he's like, I understand. I bring all the money. So I could be greedy and demand it all, but he goes, I demand everyone on my cards gets their payday of their life. Like everyone gets paid. That's what the money guy is. Historically, he didn't start that. That's the way it always was. And now you have these guys. Not only do they have shitty undercards and they don't pay the guys shit, they won't even fight the other top guys to like help money. And then when they do that, they barely spread it. It's so greedy. It's so fucking greedy. Like, do you understand? This is how we keep the
all that shit started with Al-Haim and Mayweather. Money for the least.
This is how money is injected into local gyms across the country, across the world. Like that's how you get a fighter who gets a big payday. Now his gym has money. They can get new training equipment, bring new guys in, trainers.
Yeah.
But no,
I mean,
it's like want to spread no money around. I want to keep every dollar. I want a $30 million payday or purse to spend on a card, and I want fucking 28 of it. You can spread the other 2 among the 6 undercard fights.
I mean, Tank isn't even really a big money guy. And sit on it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Shakur over there, the semi-retired dude.
Yeah, in his snack
hat. What is going on with Tank?
Semi-retired with his fucking brittle hands.
Snack.
Do you guys think that Tank Davis is going to sign with Turkey, or is there really something with him? And
no, he won't because the Turkey's going to make him fight. He's going to make him fight.
He definitely won't.
Yeah, you don't want that. He's going to make him fight all the top guys.
That's what that video was all about. That interview, he's basically saying, I am done with, I mean, he did say this. I am done competing for real. Like real competition where I got to really get up for these fights, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, shit.
Has he even ever done that? That's the thing.
Said, I'm going to focus on the things that matter in
Tank
life.
is in the middle of
children, school, my mind.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, okay,
I gotta fix my mind.
Guy who, if you want to focus on family and all that, yeah, okay, then I can't hate on that. Great, right?
We never
even because you're still talking about. He's still talking about he's
never
going to do
even got a Cruz rematch.
These guys doing nothing. These dudes are doing nothing. They're like, I'm retiring. It's the same with Shakur. I'm done with this sport. It's like, then get the fuck out. Who cares?
Yeah.
No one cares, bro. You're boring anyway. It's just weird. Like these guys that never tested themselves coming over here like, I'm done. Yeah, okay, you're done. All right. Well, you never began anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as Shakur. This Shakur's over here in interviews. He's all like, I'm bringing back classic Shakur. It's like he's acting like he's fucking 50 over here.
Let me look. There's no bullshitting going on here either, guys. Like, you got to understand, these are just real people telling you exactly what it is. Turkey said Tank doesn't want to come over here and fight because he doesn't want real fights. Then
he wants
Tank just said it. I don't want real fights. Yep. No, there's no lies going on there. They both are in full agreement telling you what the fuck it is. Don't buy the hype. Listen to what they're saying for real. Like, the Turkey ain't lying. He's like, bro. And then Shakur just signs with him, right? Just signs with him and goes, I mean, yeah. 50-50 fights now. I mean, it's fucked up, right? Like, it is what it is. Turkey makes you drop your nuts. This is we can lose. Like he said all that other shit was fake. They ain't real fights. Like everything I said, yeah, duh, real fights. And Tank is like, oh, we're doing these are real. This is real now.
He said, "Wait, I don't get the cherry pick."
Like my
Shakur listening to Thunderdome. Great.
And the thing is, like Turkey's the one picking the fucking fights. They don't want that. They want to handpick their fights. And Turkey's looking for the exciting fights.
Yeah, Turkey's like, no, you're not fighting that fucking easy stylistic matchup with a rehydration clause at the weight of your choice. Get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
And you put him in the gloves you want. Get out. No, you're fighting him on this date at this weight. That's it. Fuck off. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And
That's exactly how boxing should be all over the world.
Yeah, so it's like, you can like him or whatever, but understand what it is. Understand what it is.
Yes. We're getting actual real fights now.
Yeah.
These are actual, like this card this weekend is filled with 50-50.
Look at Crawford and Madrimov. Look at Crawford and Madrimov. That's Crawford versus someone his own size in a real fucking boxing match.
Oh, it's his first 50-50 fight in his whole fucking career.
Yes, definitely.
A guy of equal size who's prime, who's actually prime.
Who's in shape, there to win. Primed up, ready to go.
Primed up dude who they all said he was going to knock, Crawford's going to knock him out in like, a couple of rounds. And then after Crawford, they'll say, oh, he struggled. No, he fucking lost. In my book, he lost. And they want to come and now say, oh, well, that guy's really good. But before that, they were like, Crawford's going to blow him out the water. It's like now we're seeing the reality, right? We're seeing the reality. And I think we're going to see that this weekend with Shakur. I think we're going to see the reality of what's really going on with these guys, these weight bullies. Because now he's fighting a guy with equal size and an actual prime dude.
Dude, I have no idea what's wrong with Tank. Because 662 goes, I'd pick Tank over like anyone at 35-40. Too bad he doesn't take his legacy too seriously. I don't know what's wrong with him. He has the abilities. Go in there and throw your fucking hands.
He sort of does. He sort of has the abilities. He's fighting these handicapped dudes.
No, he has the abilities. He doesn't believe.
Yeah, but he gets outworked very easily.
He doesn't have the mental belief.
Yeah. I mean, he sort of does, I guess, if you believe that he's really knocking these guys out late into the fights. I say that because I've seen some of this guy's fights, and they're kind of questionable. Who's that dude who's fighting us, beating his ass?
He doesn't have the belief.
Tank's like a smaller version of Mayweather. Mayweather got the money and the people around him and shit, but
I thought he's more like Wilder.
Floyd don't have the balls to take top competition. Tank don't have the balls to get in there with real fights.
Oh yeah, of course. He don't want to fight some actual great fighters, But the thing is with Tank is that this guy's getting beat up by dudes that are like nobodies. Guys are coming in there that no one thinks they're going to have any chance. You see Frank Martin just beating Tank every single round.
Cruz clearly beat Tank and should have gotten a rematch, but Tank said, nope, it's a real fight. I don't want that.
Yeah, every fight for Tank is a struggle. A really great fighter doesn't struggle like this.
Yeah.
In every fight. Like this guy, almost like his last 4 or 5 fights, all been a struggle. Like he's losing almost every round, and then he just scores some random knockout out of nowhere. This shit looks like Wilder. It looks like Wilder fights.
Has Tank and Shakur ever sparred? Does anyone know if there's a tell or
I don't think so.
God, that's a good question,
man. I don't think they have.
Does anyone know if Tank and Shakur have ever sparred? I'm not aware of it happening myself, but I wonder if they have.
But I have not seen any video or footage or anything.
They have. Okay, Hash says yes, they have had training camps together. Have we ever heard anything about it?
Footage or anything?
I saw the stuff with Haney, and I can't recall Tank and Shakur though. I don't think I ever saw any video on it, that's for sure.
Now, Hashface Box in the comments says yes.
God. Haney's another barrel bum.
I wonder how that sparring went. I would really like to know that.
Yeah.
They are both different, depending on when it happened. They could both be different fighters now, too.
That's such an awkward fight to me because Tank, in many ways, he's not that dissimilar from Shakur. They fight very similar, and all. Tank is very back-footed kind of fighter. And they're not high output, both guys. The only difference is Shakur is more of like kind of like a guy who will kind of walk you into body shots, right? Kind of pick you apart, stabbing you to the body. Tank just lets you work and work and work and work, and at some point he catches you with something.
But this is because this
And
was
if Shakur is losing, he'll throw low blows to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And what about
they are similar?
The fact that like everyone kind of would expect Shakur to be able to win the early rounds and outbox. It's just Tank keeping up with him, right?
You probably would. Yeah,
Shakur's fucking. Now, I think if he hits him or whatever, he's going to terrorize him. He's scared of getting hit. Yeah. But Shakur's strength is those fucking rabbit feet of just jumping away far, fast.
Of course, Shakur's big thing with Tank is the fact that he's got reach on him, and he's he doesn't like to jump out of position. He doesn't throw punches out of position. So it makes it really hard for a guy like Tank to land his best weapon, which is an uppercut. So Shakur would be a really hard fight for Tank. I mean, actually, I think easy money might actually be Shakur beating him.
Yeah, I mean,
Shakur has a big chance of beating him.
I've seen plenty of footage of Shakur in sparring, and it is true what Hash says. Shakur is way better in sparring than actual fights.
He's better at keeping his reach, and he doesn't.
I'm not kidding. It's like he's just relaxed. Like he just goes. He just boxes. He punches. He keeps the distance.
He's rarely out of position. He usually throws a punch. It's a stab, and then he's out of there.
Yeah,
he doesn't stand around to admire his work, and he doesn't load up. He's just boom. He'll just catch you with a straight punch, and then he's out. And Tank relies on you overextending yourself. This is how you got Ryan Garcia. Ryan was overextending himself, and that's how he walked into a lot of shots.
Right.
Capitalize on his mistakes. Shakur is just he's a boring motherfucker. But he's hard to beat because he's so damn boring.
I think any real fighter would beat Tank Davis. There's a reason why he's not fighting any of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about the dudes at the weight class, like Shakur, Keyshawn Davis. I think they'll beat Tank Davis. I don't think Tank Davis wants to fight Keyshawn. He'll probably fight Shakur before he fights Keyshawn.
I think Shakur has a better chance to beat Tank than Keyshawn does. I think Shakur has more of the style to beat him.
I wouldn't say that all the way because Keyshawn can box. He definitely can. I've seen him do it. But he just doesn't do it. Like most of the guys he's fighting, you know, he just takes advantage of them and he stops them. But he can cruise, bro. He could fight. He could fight a decision. He can cruise, bro. Yeah. I've seen him do it.
But Tank has the ability to get mean and come in, and that's kind of the thing that also could beat Shakur or Keyshawn. Like when if Tank starts to get aggressive and he starts pressing these guys, then it's a whole nother story. For Tank to beat a guy like a Shakur, he's got to pressure him.
Absolutely.
100%. But the thing is this, though. Shakur has one way of beating Tank. You know Shakur's going to fight.
Yes.
He's going to box. You know he's going to box. He's not going to get aggressive. But Keyshawn has more than one way to beat Tank. That's what I think.
Yeah, but I think Tank has two ways to beat either one of those guys.
If Tank can't lower the boom against one of those guys, then they beat him.
He's gonna have to push them back all night, which is something he's not accustomed to anymore. Tank, most of his fights lately, he's mostly moving back and trying to catch you coming in. So a guy like Keyshawn and Shakur, he's gonna have to become the bully. He's gonna have to start coming in, and he's not really used to it anymore.
I don't think he'll do that.
Tank can fight that way. I mean, Tank beat Frank Martin by backing him up into the corners, and he would have to do that with Shakur. But one of the reasons I'm not prepared to say that Shakur's the best lightweight in the world, because a lot of pros are saying that. I'm pretty sure Crawford and Mayweather have said it. I'm not sure if Shakur beats everyone at 135. He just runs away a lot, and he's scared of getting hit. I mean, at some point, if he gets caught, and I mean, forget Tank. We all know that he's a power puncher, but Teo is a power puncher who can actually box a little bit. If he catches Shakur, I can picture Shakur just running around the ring like Erislandy Lara.
Nah, Shakur beats Teo easy. He'll beat him easy. Very easy.
Mm-hmm.
Teo can't fight boxers. He can't cut the ring off for shit, bro. He won't even land on Shakur.
he can't, but Shakur gets backed up against the ropes real easily. And yeah, Teo looks reckless, but Teo wouldn't have to worry about getting hit because Shakur can't punch. So I'm just saying if Shakur can get backed up against the ropes easily, then maybe somebody just has to push him back. And
you just got to push him back. That's really the way to beat Shakur. You push him back.
So therefore, is Shakur really the best in this division?
He's highly beatable, Shakur. He could be outworked.
Teo literally told Shakur to go down to 126. Teo don't want no smoke with Shakur, man. I can't believe you said that. Teo would never beat Shakur ever.
I know
ever.
Teo looks one-dimensional against boxers, but he's not scared of getting hit, and Shakur is.
Yeah, Teo's that's his problem. He doesn't know how to go forward. He can't cut the ring off. If you're got a good jab, fight on the back foot, that's his fucking you kill him. Like you'll kill him. You can't.
Yeah, he cannot fight dudes on the back foot. I've seen it many times.
He just had 2 minutes how he lost in the Olympics. That's how he had his problems with Nakatani.
Yep. Sandor Martin, Jermaine Ortiz.
Yeah, he just had a problem with
Cambosis Jr. It goes on and on, man. He would not be Shakur, man. He would not be Shakur. Not even close, bro. He won't even land that knockout shot. He don't even have the power that you're saying.
Shakur would beat him easy.
I mean, let's see how he looks with Reynoso now, right? Because what if he does adopt Canelo's style, though? If he can actually adopt it, and he is very athletic, he's a good athlete, he might be able to execute that shit even better than Canelo.
I don't think Teo's going to change under Reynoso because, I mean...
I don't either, but I'm just saying.
Chris Eubank Jr. didn't improve under Adam Booth because his dad was too loud and Adam Booth wasn't going to be a cheerleader. So Reynoso, I mean, how good is Reynoso? Because Canelo's just a special talent, but I mean, he was very one-dimensional with Oscar Valdez when he fought Shakur. So I don't know if Eddie Reynoso's like...
Yeah, and that's a good example, right? Because I was just watching some of that fight the other day. Valdez obviously tried his best Canelo impression, but it's poor execution. He just walked in constantly stabbing his head forward, high guard, leaning forward, bent knees. Like, what are you doing? That's not what Canelo does at all. Like, you got to kind of sit down on both feet to where you can, in the crouch, lean forward, lean back, rotate around on your hips. He was just leaning forward. Like, I guess that's what it might look like Canelo's doing, buddy. But you can't pull back the way you're standing. You can't pull back. Every time you pull back, you're going to get hit. And he can just hit you with the jab when you're leaning in. Teo would, and he's a bigger, stronger guy, obviously. Faster, more explosive, more powerful, just better in every way. And I think he could execute it a lot better. But how much would he change? Because, Leopard doesn't change its spots. Teo is who he is, right? His body mechanics. But I think he could still learn. Or I hope that, because he has the build, the style, the tools for that Canelo style to not use it exclusively, but to take a lot from it and to have that, because he needs the ability. He doesn't know how to fucking walk a guy down behind a jab, cutting the ring off, exploding to the body, and then coming back up top. He doesn't know how to do it. That's why he has these problems with these tall, longer boxer types. If he can learn that, through the Canelo style, the common come forward, high guard, behind a jab, break the body down Canelo style. Reynoso's.
Some of those skills should be boxing 101, and Theo hasn't learned that.
Yeah, I know, right? But like maybe, dude, if you can't learn it down there with Canelo, I don't know what to tell you, right?
Theo's fighting Hitchens next, bro. I think he loses that fight. That fight.
Which one?
That is a terrible style match for him. Richardson Hitchens, Teo. That's who he's going to fight.
I really want to see that fight, boy. That's a good fight. I do agree. I think that's a dangerous fight. That's why it's a good fight, though.
That's a very dangerous fight for him, bro. Definitely. Bad style matchup.
Yeah, the one thing that makes me somewhat confident that Teo will win is because he wants the fight. He wants to fight the big names. Like, Teo cannot get up for these overmatched opponents like Steve Claggett. He looked like crap. So because the Hitchens fight will be a unification, maybe he'll perform at his best. But the fight's not signed yet. And I love Teo, but he talks so much crap. I'm starting to wonder, could this just be more hot air? Like, if the Hitchens fight doesn't happen, like, we got to hold Teo accountable. And yeah, it's I just can't overlook the fact that the fight's not signed. And regardless of what may have happened, Teo did find a way out of the Subriel Matias fight because, well, he wanted to go get more money. But yeah, it's hard to have confidence in Teo sometimes.
I don't have no confidence in Teo, man. Like,
I don't blame you.
He beat Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a close fight. I mean, he barely won that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And then he lost to Cambosis sucks, man. That dude is fucking terrible. He should have never lost to that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he struggled against Nakatani, Martin, Ortiz. When he beat Josh Taylor, because I picked him to beat Josh Taylor, but I knew Josh Taylor was shot to bits. He was shot to bits. He was a shell of himself when Teo fought him, man. And I remember a lot of people when that fight was announced, people were saying, oh, Taylor's going to win. Taylor's going to win. No, man. Taylor's been out of the ring for years. He's injury prone. He's on drugs. He doesn't take care of his body. He's drained like fuck at 140. He already lost to Catterall. You know what I'm saying? They just robbed him. So it's just like, come on, man. Teo's a fluke to me, man. And then he struggled against this Claggett dude. Who the fuck is Steve Claggett? Who is that guy? This dude has 7 losses, man.
I just got to say it real quick. Again, Claggett is a great example of when you have the will to win. You could be in there with almost anyone. Go back and watch the couple videos and streams leading into that fight. I was like, look at this guy. Listen to what he's saying. Like, he's locked in. He's coming to fucking win, regardless of who he is. And he's probably overmatched, but he's coming to win. And,
he did come to win.
Again, I do think Teo looked like he was like deflated. He looked relatively ordinary, to keep it a buck. Like, there was the spectacular, dynamic, explosive shit that Teo's known for, whatever. It just wasn't there. He looked flat. I don't know if that was just that fight or what.
Yeah. Teo has these times where he looks like shit, but can I just ask you guys something? Like, I'm not saying that Teo's like going to dominate everybody, but I'm more confident in Teo's having a higher ceiling than Devin Haney. Like, do you guys think Devin Haney is overhyped?
Yes. I mean, well, depends where people hype him.
Well,
I think Teo has more talent than Devin, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I'm just saying, like Devin's got skill. Like, I see the skill, but talking about, saying how Teo looked bad against Steve Claggett, like, Devin Haney was fighting a guy half his size against Jojo Diaz, and he still got buzzed in that fight. Like, if Jojo Diaz had any kind of serious power, Devin Haney might have been knocked down. Like, and that's against a tiny dude. So Teo, he looks bad at times, but he's not afraid of a fight. And when you force him into a fight, usually he performs. So I praise Teo because he does take on tough fights and these high risk, low reward fights. Whereas, Shakur Stevenson, he's been tested by no one at 135 yet.
Honestly, bro, I think
Claggett is the revenant.
See, here's the thing. I'm not a big Haney fan either, bro. I thought Loma beat Haney pretty easy, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I still think Haney beats Teo, man. I've been saying that for years, bro. And I think, honestly, I don't think Teo wanted to fight Haney.
Because we don't know what Haney is anymore, man. Like, first of all, I do think there's something with his jaw, like, for real. It looks different. And mentally, and dude, he took some serious damage, like, to the brain. That's multiple real deal concussions, and that you might never be the same. So we do have to take that into consideration. He might never really be able to take a punch. Like, we have to see what he looks like coming back. Like, that has to me, if I'm going like, if I'm putting like the Haney from the Prograis fight or something, okay. Yeah, we have a real conversation here, right? But can he ever even be that again? I'm not sure. That's a real.
We'll have to see him against Jose Ramirez. But nah, here's the thing though, man. Teo could have fought Haney at 135, but he chose to fight Kambosos, and he overlooked him and he lost. That's the facts, man.
Yeah, I mean, Teo, if he were to get outboxed by Devin Haney, then yeah, he's probably not going to win, because that's one thing Devin Haney does good. But Devin Haney's hittable, like, and what Anthony just said about we don't know if Haney's going to come back from the Garcia beating. I mean, how good was Devin? Like, yeah, he beat Lomachenko, and look, I thought Loma clearly won, but he did take that fight as a voluntary, so credit to him there. But was Devin only, I mean, I did a video on it after the fight. Like, did Devin just get exposed as a guy who only does good against small guys? Because he doesn't even look that slick sometimes. Like, he got his bell rung by a washed up Jorge Linares, and he came back from that and he held his own against Loma when I thought Loma was going to kill him in the last round. But I just
when
Anthony
and I were growing up watching boxing, Haney would be like a number 6 guy at best.
In what division?
So
Haney's
just overall,
Haney's before the Haney from going into the Ryan fight in the previous.
He's a C-grade fighter.
Stylistic nightmares for Teo. Just they're both big guys, back foot guys. That Haney can kind of do a bit of both, depending, honestly. But they both can work off the 1-2, move around, jab, and that's Teo just don't know how to deal with it, man. I think he knows what's coming against those kind of guys. He would have a better chance with a Keyshawn or a Hitchens, because they're going to at least trade more.
Yeah, I think Teo beats. I think Teo and Tank, even though Tank's never going to fight anyone, I think they both beat Keyshawn Davis. I don't think. Again, Shakur, he may end up being the best in this division. I mean, he is the most awkward guy to fight, but I don't know if he should be hailed as the best guy in the division. I mean, we got to see how he looks against Kid Schofield. Like, Schofield's confident, and if Shakur just sits there and just tries to do the bare minimum and he just wins because he hits and runs, and he's not as pretty as Floyd Mayweather. Like, Shakur doesn't look as good as Floyd or
he doesn't hold as well, right?
No, but he also doesn't look as slick. Like,
I mean, look, Floyd looked like trash in most of his fights. He really did. I mean, he's just a better wrestler than Shakur is.
What'd you say?
Shakur's going to need to be a wrestler. He really is. This guy is going to be on his ass. He's going to have to grab him up. I said, like, Floyd don't look clean in most of his fights. He looks very dirty. Even like you go as far back as like Zab Judah. Fucking dude shooting in and grabbing this guy, pushing his head down, laying all over him. All his biggest fights, he looked like to me, he looked like a fucking bum. Just boring everybody.
Another airplane upside down.
What the fuck?
Elon Musk is going to fix all of this.
Toronto, a Delta Airlines. This was yesterday, I guess, or last night. Yesterday.
Is everyone okay?
I guess. Yeah, I think they survived. Upside down.
We need Musk to reimagine air traffic control.
Great.
That's the thing they're pushing in the media. We need changes to air traffic control.
Yeah, MLO. Yeah, Teo's a good counterpuncher. Garbage offense. Kambosos just out negatived him, and Teo had no answers. When you he needs a jab. He needs, again, high guard, jab, walk forward.
Mm-hmm.
Cut the ring off too, but you don't know how.
Yeah, Teo's the guy who
shocking that one judge John Trella had Teo ahead. Kambosos dominated that fight.
Yeah,
it's way more than 3. It was 3 back. It's been 3. This is at least 4. It's 5, I believe, though. I believe it's 5. Yeah, because there was the fighter jet. There was the Philly one And where was the other one?
Yeah, where was it?
Yeah, Tio is a good counterpuncher.
And then
That's all he does, though.
Oh, the one that went into the water. That Trump couldn't go because it went into the water. Yeah, so there's the 4, and then this makes 5. This is at least 5. At least 5 since Trump came into office. That's it.
Yeah.
However long he's been in, it's 5. At least 5. That's like never been a thing. That's never been a thing. I don't know, man. Yes, avoid air traffic. Avoid air travel for a little bit. I don't know how a plane ends up upside down, man. A big one too. Don't know.
Maybe it rolled.
I don't know.
It rolled, right? That's crazy.
Oh, the helicopter, the Black Hawk lady. The fucking bitch just flew a Black Hawk right into an air passenger 757 loaded with like 200 people, bunch of kids.
What about that? Yeah, the helicopter.
Yeah, she just smashed right into it and talking the whole time like,
What?
yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Hey, there's a fucking plane.
When was that helicopter thing?
That was like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. Not long ago. It was just happened. It just happened.
Oh, yeah.
3 weeks ago. That helicopter crash was definitely all purpose, man. That was some crazy shit. I don't know, dude. There's all kind of secret government stuff going on right now. We have no idea. I don't know if this was that, but I'm just saying there's a lot going on around the world, man.
They're doing restructuring.
I don't trust that. I don't trust that Musk dude, though. I just don't know about.
Oh, of course not. He's a
Oh,
global.
yeah,
he's
I
a
hear you
global
there.
piece of
Check
trash.
this out. Remember, so
no need to trust anyone in power. They don't need your
Hold on.
trust.
Listen to this. This might scare the bejesus out of you, but I brought this up before. I said, look, guys, they're stealing everything they can out of our nations. They're literally destroying our nations. You don't think, and they have access to our fucking gold. Like they control it, they hold it. You don't think they're stealing that too? So if you haven't heard, they are auditing our Federal Reserve. They're auditing Fort Knox. Do you know they had been shipping our gold all around Europe to quote unquote European speculators, just selling it at bargain basement prices, right? I fucking told you they were stealing our gold. So we are demanding it. It's all coming right the fuck back. For all of our gold, America's gold reserves, our gold treasure. But here.
Naturally, gold prices immediately began to soar. 9 years later, gold sold for $880 per ounce, 25 times what the gold in Fort Knox was sold for. One would think that eventually someone in the...
If you didn't hear it, right off the bat, our government made a secret deal. They sold out our government or our gold to European speculators. And within a couple years, the gold was worth 25 times more than what they sold it for.
Oh, holy shit.
The government would get wind of what was happening and blow the whistle. The largest fortune in the history of the world stolen. Shades of the old James Bond film, Goldfinger. Well, as a matter of fact, Ian Fleming, the author of the James Bond series, was head of the British counterintelligence service, MI5.
Some believe in the intelligence community that he wrote much of his fiction as a warning, as many authors of fiction do.
If the removal of all the good delivery gold from Fort Knox can be viewed as a deliberate raid on the U.S. Treasury, then such an operation might well have been years in the making, namely 40 years. Certainly enough time for Fleming to get wind of it and try to prevent it.
So just how did the story of the Fort Knox gold robbery get out?
He's calling it a robbery. I mean, it is a robbery, but it was just some like governmental deals, bullshit, backroom money laundering, theft. It's some fucking robbery. Yeah, speculators, right? What gold Fort Knox has been empty for decades? Yeah, generally it has, right? Just even publicly acknowledged. But the gold that should have been stored there, and there's still, I believe, some, but they had moved a lot of it to New York. to New York City, underground, like 30 fucking stories underground in concrete bunkers or whatever, under the Federal Reserve building. That's where a lot of that's where supposedly a lot of different world governments' entire gold stashes are. There's videos, they show you tours. I can show you videos of them taking a tour through the vaults, and it has like a fucking vault, like a prison cell type vault, and on the top it'll say Kenya or Switzerland or Japan. They all have storages here. Some have all of their shit there, some have some. But I forget, it was a European nation. I forget exactly which one. I always do. You can look this up. It's in court right now. They requested their gold back. The Federal Reserve refused to give it to them, fought them in court for years and years and years over this. The nation finally won. They had to send them their gold. They sent them gold. They tested it. It was fucking fool's gold. It was tungsten. They literally sent them fake gold. So now they're back in court demanding, saying they sent us fake gold. They didn't follow through with the court order. Tell them to send us our real fucking gold. That's where they're at in court now. This is still happening. And they go, oh, no, your gold's safe in the Federal Reserve basement, in our vaults. And it's like, bro, why did you move it from the heart of America, like the heartland, where you could not even get to it? You had 2 mountain ranges and oceans protecting it. You couldn't get to it. Then you move it to the northeast in New York City, right on the fucking, like right there. You just come across the ocean, bang, you got it. Or you take it right out and boop, right on the ship, it's gone. Dude, man, people need to understand what's happening. It's every conspiracy you've ever been told basically is fucking real. Anything I've ever told you, be weary of it. They've done it. They are doing it.
People will wake up when they can.
They're fucking busted. This is an old one. I have a lot more stuff on it.
People will wake up whenever they choose to.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here, Alex was covering it. We must find where the $35 trillion of gold reserves once stored in Fort Knox are hidden. It's the biggest Doge bombshell. Yeah, Rand Paul's ignoring Elon. They're doing this audit thing. But yeah, so they find out they sent it again. They sold it for to hold it to European speculators. It's like, what? Wait, you sold it to your fucking Jewish cousin. That's literally what you did. Steinberg sold it to Weinstein. That's what happened. And it's not yours to sell, motherfucker. It belongs to the United States of America, not your bullshit ass company or corporation, banking cartel, the Federal Reserve, you want to call this. Again, they treated it as such, as that it was theirs. This happened. I fucking said there's no way it didn't happen. What better way to destroy a nation? Because now when you do decide it's time for war, you don't have a war chest. Where's your war chest? Like, is anyone going to give you their war chest to fight on? Is England ready to back you and give you theirs? If they even have theirs anymore, right? Who's going to give you their money? Because you need money for war. You can go to war, but how long can you sustain it if you don't have money? What's happening in Russia and Syria right now, North Korea, they're all, because of the war, they're all broke. Like it's all bad. They're in trouble. Syria collapsed because Russia didn't have money to pay him. So his allies, his buddy, couldn't survive anymore. Like that's what's happening. So
well, Syria fell because Russia was paying. They were funding their war, and they didn't have money. They didn't have time to back up Assad.
Yep, that's what I mean. Because Russia's losing money, he couldn't pay his buddy anymore. Yeah, and he couldn't send troops. Like he had a lot of spec ops troops he would send there and help out to quell any disruptions. And they're all fighting on the front lines of Ukraine and whatnot.
I don't think Syria is going to be any more of a threat internationally than it was before. I mean,
It's
yeah,
not.
I don't think Assad was a good guy. I don't think the rebels are good, but yeah, it's all just fucking chaos.
He definitely wasn't a good guy. Okay, it is what it is. But no, like he was. I mean, the guy, he was pumping fucking crystal meth to his own people.
Yeah,
No,
a lot of people think because the empire was against him that he was good, but yeah, it's all just stupid. What do you?
No,
what do
it
you
can
think?
be both ways, right? It can be both ways. The empire can be against you, and you can be against these other bad people. That doesn't make you good.
I know.
It doesn't even make you worthy of being my ally. Like, because maybe it's like I can tolerate some things or whatever, but it doesn't automatically make you worthy of being an ally.
Yeah, so many people don't see this. They just want to latch onto sides. It's crazy. What do you think of? Do you think Crawford actually has a chance against Canelo? Because I don't. I think he can make it competitive because Canelo's hittable and he's flat-footed, but Crawford's not winning. Do you think he can?
No, unless I see something different in the skull fight. No, I got Canelo for sure.
Yeah.
I just think he'll walk him down. He's usually Canelo got a good jab, tough. Crawford's susceptible to being out jabbed. I mean, yeah.
I just think it will look.
He ain't gonna give Crawford much room to breathe. He's gonna have to fight or run. So it's gonna be a fight, and Canelo swings bombs.
Yeah.
And he got a chin. It's like it is. It's not that complicated. It's not all that complicated, really. Like some fights where like they're both super durable and they're gonna hold up with each other, and it's gonna have to break down all the intangibles, how their styles mesh, their best punches, whatever their game plans. This ain't really one of those. It's gonna more so just break out into a fight. It has to, or it's Crawford's gonna run. There's really no other two ways because Canelo's going to make it so.
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating because the fight will be competitive, but there's only one winner, so the fight feels like a waste of time. But Canelo's not fighting the best contenders, so I'll tolerate it.
Yeah, golden land, actual money, so of course it's stolen. And the U.S. is left with fake assets like stocks and bonds and debt. Yeah, that's what they did. I mean, dude, I don't think people understand, like, down to, and everyone understands this. It's such common knowledge. We just accept it. They're poisoning us in our food, right? Like, they're like, this is a carcinogen. And it's like, yeah, but it's in such a minute amount. If I have this serving size, it's no big deal. But then you eat 10 other things with 10 other carcinogens in these amounts, and you do it all day, every day. I don't think that's safe. And they do this knowingly, willingly, for profit. At best, it's for just profit, right? Yeah. At best, it's for just profit. You don't think there's some other motives there? Obviously, there is. These are nefarious motherfuckers.
Yeah, when we were growing up, we were used to talking to people because we didn't have technology. Was only just getting started. Now, the generations after us are fucked because they all grow up on technology and they all get depressed from it. Like we actually had to learn and engage with other people. We didn't have the internet to kill us or kill our minds before we would get out. But this new generation, they get used to technology before they get used to people, and they can't comprehend how crazy this world is. I mean, it took me a few years, and I didn't grow up with technology, but yeah, people will wake up whenever they can. But you can't have faith in people who get triggered over safe spaces. They're like unsavable.
I worry about the UK. MLO says the UK is going to stab us in the back. Mark my words. I'm worried about Europe right now. There's a restructuring going on in the world. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. It's worrisome. That worries me that I usually know what's happening. Like I can usually wrap my head around it. I think I have a general understanding. I just don't know who's all gonna go along with it.
Well, you guys have it bad in the States. I mean, it's all. I mean, the States is a fucking war zone, depending on where you go.
Yeah. Oh, it's everywhere. It's so. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for having me on, Anthony. Catch you later. Hopefully, see you on the next live. Peace.
No
Take
doubt.
care.
Thanks for jumping in, man.
Peace,
Salute.
guys.
Have a good day or good night. God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Catch you guys
Fight
later.
Sport Talk. Salute. Everyone go check them out. Fight Sport Talk. Oh, look at that. Little butt hurt. And look at it. We're bringing in a digital AI beast system. Wouldn't doubt it. But no, Hashface, that's the thing, right? The rich people, they don't eat that shit. They don't. They're eating the normal fucking food, man. It's like class eugenics, right? Because every little supermarket, every grocery store is that. You got to go to like farmers markets, have grow your own food. Farmers markets, or
Especially
be
today,
smart, I guess. But oh man,
there's just so much confusion going on, Anthony. And as an international boxing consultant, which I am and was for so many years, I consider myself a moderate because I try to get both sides of the issue. But there's just so much confusion over what's going on. No one really knows what's happening from day to day now.
yeah, there's so fucking much happening. Yeah, dude, Turkey tweeted out a picture of Snap. I was like, yo, Turkey. Yeah, good one, Turkey. Good one.
Funny. That is some funny shit.
Yo, you want to see something nutty about Elon? Elon's dad just did an interview on Vlad TV.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice?
I did not see that.
Elon's dad is married
Girl.
to the girl who was once his stepdaughter when she was 4 years old, and there is a 42-year age difference between them.
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god!
Age difference between the two.
That's right. They say age is only a number. I don't know. They say I don't look 78. Anyway, I think I look 108.
Well, and a lot of people, they have a problem with this because when she was 4 years old, you were her stepfather, and then you go on to have children with her.
Oh,
well, yes, I was her stepfather, but she had 3 stepfathers afterwards. So I was a one-time stepfather. She had 3 stepfathers subsequently. So, I'm not the current. But I mean, all I say is show me the rules. I'd like to see the rules. Please show me the rules. I want to see the rules for love and war.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, Elon, you got all the money in the world, and your dad's out here running his fucking yapper on Vlad TV for a few G's about fucking daughter. Like, what the hell is going on here? He was her stepfather when she was 4, and then for some time. Then she had some stepfathers afterwards, so the chick, mother was whatever, but he is now married to her, and there's a 40-some-year age gap. And he goes, what's the rules? The rules are there's a million other chicks. That's the rules. Like there's a million other chicks. Why would I don't care what the feelings are. You just don't even entertain the thought because that's your fucking stepdaughter at one time. That's the rules. That's the only thing. You don't entertain it. You fucking not only entertained it, you went full throttle into it. You went full retard, bro. You went full fucking retard.
There's no morals. There's no morals today. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so casually. Bernard says he heard it. I've never heard about this. Yep. He is married to, like, I'll play it again real quick.
Actually, we have a little girl as well.
Well, yeah, there's a.
Oh, he got kids with her, I think. Wait.
Actually, we have a little girl as well.
Well, yeah, there's a 42 age. There's a 42-year age difference between the two.
That's right. They say age is only a number. I don't know. They say I don't look 78.
Wait. Age is just a number, and there are no rules. So, what the fuck? Age is just a number, and what are the rules? Tell me what the rules are. Man, that's some sick shit. Musk and his family are demons. He reminds me, dude. He reminds me of the McAfee guy, the antivirus guy. That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah.
He's the new McAfee. He's the new John McAfee. It's McAfee in a fucking CIA mask. Yeah, he does roast. He does try to make fun of Michelle Obama. But this, look, now he looks like a wacky, though. He looks like a complete fucking wackadoo. And the sick thing is, listen to his cadence, his thought process. This is Elon Musk. Like, this is Musk. This is an old Musk. This is an old. This is an old.
Can you play the whole clip?
He does look like McAfee. And he talks just like him. He don't give an F. He don't care. Musk's mom is evil too. Is she? I don't even know who she is.
Anyway, I think I look at
Fu says everyone in that family is half retarded. Look at him. He is, man. He really is. The fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers?
Actually, we have a little girl as well.
Well, yeah, there's a 42-year age difference between the two.
That's right. They say age is only a number. I don't know. They say I don't look 78. Anyway.
Look at them eyes. Look at them eyes.
It's into a werewolf at the full moon. Look at that.
It's like he's like a hybrid.
This guy's creepy, man.
It's Elon Musk mixed with McAfee. It's Muscafee. That's how you get Elon's dad. Muscafee. That's Elon's dad. He's a fucking nut. But this is really just Elon, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
40-some
What
years.
Elon's gonna be, guys.
CPB says, to put this into perspective, there's a 25 and 26 year age gap between myself and my parents. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like it's like 29, 30 or something. Yeah, I'd have to do the actual math. 7, 8, 28. Yeah, 28 for me. 28. 28 for me. 25, 26, 28. He got a 40-some year difference, and it was his actual like stepdaughter at one time. That is just sick. You can't do this. There's a million other fish in the sea, you fucking big dummy. A million other fish in the sea. 18 for me. Hell yeah.
You can't do that. Oh my god.
I wanted to have a kid young. That way I could actually like do stuff. Yeah. Be healthy and stuff. I saw friends, you know, their parents were like 60, 70. They wouldn't even do anything with them. I was like, man, that would suck. Didn't want that. But yeah. Al Pacino played this dude in the movie Devil's Advocate. He did. It's him. It's Muscavee's Advocate. Oh shit.
It's
Great.
Muscafee. Muscafee.
This is sick.
It is.
I wonder what
It really is.
I don't even want to read the comments. Let's check them out. This guy seems super smart and trustworthy. I think his kids should put chips in our head.
Oh, right.
That's so fucking funny. Country Goy. That's his name. Hell yeah. Country Goy.
Country
Come on over, buddy.
That's the best name ever. Muscovy.
The more I watch him, the more I see where Elon gets his humor from. I mean, I hear you there, but what about the other stuff? Wait, what? Stepdaughter? What the fuck? It's beginning to make sense. Yeah. I'm telling you, this is on. If Elon and McAfee had a baby, it's this motherfucker right here.
It is. Muscovy.
Outlaw, that's this. I just saw a short of that scene when he tells the fucking Puerto Rican, when Al Pacino is the devil, he tells him his girlfriend is cheating on him right back at the house. He's like, if you go right now, you can catch him. You can stop it. Yeah, that shit was crazy. That movie's such a great movie. Oh shit! Chick gets into a car accident live on stream. All right.
God.
Oh, bitch, dude, she's staring right. Wait till look at her eyes. She's staring right at the camera. Right at the camera. You're goofy. Oh, yeah. Don't do that, guys. That's why I will never. I would never do that. I'll wreck. I'll definitely wreck. I'm not good enough fucking driver as it is. I don't even like driving on the damn highways. I prefer to have a driver. I don't like driving unless it's just around the city and shit. I got to be going like 70, 80. I'm like, no, someone else please drive. Shit, I don't even like going 65. Oh, yeah. I don't like going fast in cars. I don't like driving. What the fuck, lady? She's given herself a Yo, I knew you bitches did this. I fucking knew it.
Oh my
I knew it. I knew it. She's given herself a camel toe to go in somewhere to be more attractive or whatever. I fucking knew it. Because it's like, I'm sorry. I'll look at a chick and be like, you don't know? You don't know? And yeah, they'll even sit certain ways. It's like, oh, you know what you're doing. Come on. The funnest part, going fast. Oh, you guys are nuts. showing the biggity box off. Who can guess why Britain is sending billions worth of gold to America? So America can then send it off to Israel. That's my guess. How about that? We're not taking it. I promise you that. We ain't keeping it. So where's it going?
Israel.
Yeah, pay attention to the road. He's gonna fuck you on your green bedspread. He's gonna fuck her in a culo, por culo, on the green bedspread. Yeah, that scene is fucking nasty. I just saw the short a couple days ago. I was like, oh, I gotta watch this movie again. Hands of Dynamite says it's not attractive at all, even for a perv like me. Only if it's like sheerly accidental. And again, that's coming from a fucking pervert. So, yeah. None of that, because I'm telling you, girls, tell your girl or tell their friends. It's fucking obvious. And it looks trashy. That's the thing. It looks trashy. It doesn't look sexy or anything. It looks trashy. As you can see. Look how trashy it looks. And you know this is what, so it looks just fucking grimy. Don't do it. Oh, damn. Some rabbi had a full amputation of a boy's penis. In a more extreme case, where families say Dr. Goldman amputated the child's entire penis, it's claimed that he pressed on with the ritual. Holy fuck. Are you kidding me? I never saw that before. Oh my God. How often does that happen? How often? Come on, once is enough, right? But how often? And how do you do that? It's literally impossible, right? I mean, yeah. How the fuck do you? How's that possible? What'd you do? Slip and fall with a razor blade? Hacksaw? Oh, wow. Watching some HBO fights. Look at this schedule back then. Fire. Upcoming boxing. June 23rd. Ricky Hatton versus Jose Luis Castillo. July 7th, 2 weeks later. Vladimir Klitschko versus Layman Brewster 2, the rematch after he was drugged in the first fight. 1 week later, Arturo Gatti in his farewell fight. Oh, wait, no. Versus Gomez and Margarito with Paul Williams. And then 1 week later, Bernard Hopkins versus Winky Wright. Holy cow. Yeah, look at that. That's prime HBO boxing.
Those would be like $80 to $100 now today.
And you got
unless it was a turkey card.
It was sad. It was very sad. Gatti and Gomez. What a schedule. And then the new guys wonder why we complain. The new guys wonder why we complain.
Evidence is right here.
You'll never see Al Pacino scream great camel toe. That's what Kyle was scared about, is it? Yeah. Oh yeah. Camel toes like a thong hanging out. They always know they're doing it. Oh yeah, obviously. Like they don't. Come on, they're looking in their fucking mirror 50 times an hour. It's like a trash stamp. It is. You know what it is. It's like, damn, you don't have to be that obvious. I get it. You can give me a look. You don't have to fucking show your pussy. Fucking dirty ass bitch. It's not that complicated. Yeah, Crawford was shitting on Tank. He said he don't like Tank. He don't like nothing about Tank. Thinks he's a little guy with a big mouth who has a lot of security. That's what he said. He said he's a little guy with a big mouth who travels with a lot of security. He goes, I don't like nothing about him.
Oh.
Yeah. Some people are just destructive with their hands. Come on. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. That happens, CBP. Coworkers openly mentioning their body count to impress people. Men or women, or both. It is the higher number impressive or the lower number impressive. I don't even know. That's fucked up. I remember both higher or lower. Higher or lower is the boasting. I remember working with this. I was young. I was like, I don't even know if I was 21. I was working with this old Italian dude, Bob, and these two like half and half chicks who were hot. They were mixed, and then this older white woman and like middle-aged biker lady, and this young Irish kid who was my age, and I didn't even realize, like, I'm just talking like I normally talk. I'm not even like thinking what they're normally used to hearing in their world or whatever. But they all got like, and the chicks and the young guys and even Bob, because I got Bob in the conversation because he liked boxing back then. So I'd always ask him about boxing from back in the day because he was an old guy. So he like he was like, Rocky Marciano is the greatest fighter who has ever lived. That was his thing. He's like, you can't tell me otherwise. He goes, I'll tell you why. Rocky would fucking destroy anyone you ever put in front of him. And that was his thing. But he had this other takes with all these other guys. So I'd always ask him stuff. But yeah, they went to the bosses and were like pissed about they were like, we hear all you people do is talk about sex and drugs. You can't talk about that at the workplace. I was like, oh shit. Like, and I literally, I looked right at the people who I knew fucking told. And I was like, I laughed and I said, no, we don't. Like, no, we don't. Who the fuck said that? I just looked back at Boss Man, like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Sex, drugs, and pasta.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I'm talking sex, drugs, boxing. I'm talking anything. That's what they went and told it as. But like, get the fuck out of here. We're talking. Hey, we're just talking. You know. But yo, the fucked up thing, I would always bring food for everybody. I mean, like platters of food. Yeah. I'd bring shit all the time, from like breaded smelts to vegetable platters to just fruit, like all kinds of shit. I'd bring shit they loved it, ate it, never told me, like, never backstabbing ass bitches. Like, never they try to be all sneaky. Like, oh, you'll eat with me, but then fucking talk shit, right? One person said they engaged in an orgy whilst being high. Oh, geez. I didn't say anything like that. Meanwhile, this Italian woman who I worked with just discussed traveling around Europe and great sites in Italy. You can imagine who I found more interesting to talk to. Yeah. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, it depends what wavelength you're on. Man, it gets wild out there. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what it's like with these people nowadays. the internet has people so loose. Like, I mean, I can just see how it is. I don't know what it would be like in an office setting or whatever, but people that I would never expect to say certain things just say the craziest things right out in the open, in public. Like they're dropping a comment anonymously under someone's video. I swear to God, that's what it reminds me of. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, you talk like this in public? And it's me. Like, I'm pretty loose. But man, people are out of pocket. People are out of pocket.
Very much so.
Dude, this is the other thing. And like it was always because this is funny, MLO says, once they get going, women at work are way more graphic and nasty when talking about stuff. I vouch for that because they're the ones that keep pushing it. They'll keep pushing it, asking questions, pushing for more info. And you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Put it this way. Imagine being a man and asking like questions like over and just asking a girl like repeated. It's like, what'd you do then? What did you do here? What, like, that's crazy. That's like full-fledged, like, what? That's crazy, right? Yeah. A man doing that to some chick. Oh, you had sex last night? How'd you do it? Like, how'd you do it? What do you do to you? Like, that's what they ask. They ask, oh, you got lucky last night? With who? How did it happen? What'd you do? You're like, what the fuck? Yo, chill. But they're the ones pushing, and then you'll get in trouble because you're the guy talking about sex to a girl at work. It's pretty messed up. It's pretty messed up. But that's what happens because that's been every time because I'm never gonna say that shit. They get high off talking. If they get buzzed up, right? If they get buzzed up, like they get any kind of like endorphin pumping from the topic. It's like a bee. They start like buzzing and they can't stop. They keep feeding off the energy and keep going and going and going. Like bzz, 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 and then bzz, and they just keep fucking going, right? That's what I'll see a lot of them do. But yeah, that's funny. Like a bee. Damn, that is so fucking funny. It's like that. Oh, fuck, CVP. Oh, oh my God. Yeah, that's horrifying. I'm not even, I read it. I'm not even going to repeat it, though. You got to be careful. Oh, yeah, what about Team USA? What about Team USA beating the shit out of the Canadians? Have you guys saw this? The hockey teams. So Canada and Team USA just played Team Canada, and the Canadian fans booed our national anthem. Within the first 9 seconds of the game, we beat up 3.
Yeah, I sent you that clip. 3 fights in 9 seconds.
Yeah, 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. They booed our national anthem. We just said, oh, we're tripping. It was like 4 extra. We're tripping. Ding, ding. Bow, 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 bow. They just went to work.
It was like Ward Gotti in a hockey rink.
It was. And they won the game. Yeah. They beat their ass and won the game. Dude, America is so back. America is so back. America's gangbanging out in this bitch. Set tripping. America's set tripping. You're booing my team? Pop, pop, pop. 3 fights in the first 9 seconds and won the match with the beats on them. Sorry, Canadian brothers. Nothing against you guys. But yeah, nothing against you guys. It's yeah, just representative.
Gotta be a record for
it's like representative of like Trudeau. You know, we can't beat Trudeau up just yet. And so that works, right? The players were probably like, yo, we agree with Trump. Put the fucking the stupid fans fucking booed it. America. Fuck yeah. And beat the shit out of him, man. Has anyone seen that Trump might pardon Cain Velasquez? No, I haven't saw that. But that would be awesome. Shocking revelation, EPA heads. The Biden admin hid $20 billion in gold bars at banks. Shocking revelation, the Biden admin hid $20 billion. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a big story, man. It's fucking a big story, dude. They were selling our gold just as I said. I said it. I fucking said it. There's no way they weren't. That's what you would do to your enemy. You obviously would steal their war chest. They wanted control of your schools. They wanted control of your military. They wanted control of your Congress, the ability of who to go to war with and when to go to war. They want to control your bank. What they don't want your gold. You know, they want your land, your farmland. Yeah, that's the only thing they could do is boo. Yeah, Alex is Alex, but and he probably is like, I mean, I wouldn't doubt he's some sort of an asset. He got a ton of funding from somewhere, right? You don't get that look. You don't organically blow like that online unless you have funding. It just don't work. It's not real. You can get like some traction or whatever, become a little popular in like certain communities or something like this or something, but generally blowing up like that's where you just become a fucking like damn near like hundreds of millions of dollars or something. Yeah, that's not natural. But that doesn't mean that the asset doesn't supply intel, right? Like, for example, Sean Ryan, asset, right? I mean, he is CIA. He is, right? But I still will listen to what he says in that for the reasons that whatever information he's putting out or any asset would be putting out, they're putting out for a reason, right? So it's hard to you should sift through and try to figure out what that reason is. Like if they're trying to sell you on a lie, right? Why are they trying to sell you on that lie? Like, look at how hard he pushed with the Trump Towers bomber and the New Orleans bombers and whatnot, but mainly with that Trump Towers bomber, and then it just memory hold, stopped, vanished, like it never happened. So what happened there, right? People pushed back on it and started asking some serious questions, and the lie didn't quite hold up, right? Whatever the official story was, it was going to get questioned a little too hard and scrutinized, under the microscope of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, honestly. And it wasn't going to hold up. So what did they just do? They just said, yeah, we just ain't going to ever talk about it again. We're not going to investigate what really happened at Trump Towers anymore. We're just never going to talk about it again, since you guys are really saying, that you think we're pushing a bullshit narrative to drive us into further war in the Middle East. But yeah, you just got to read between the lines, man. You got to do your best. But then it's like, why are they trying to do that, right? Then I just, trying to. It's old. He's that's what for Sean Ryan, it makes perfect sense because that is the branch of CIA he comes from. His whole clique and all his friends from that community would be the era of the people that were at war with Al Qaeda and whatever different people in the Middle East, right? Taliban, Al Qaeda, whatever. So that's they've been at war with these people for 20 years. That's all they think about. Like they're hyper focused on that, and they want to go back. Some of them want to go back, and that's the intel he gets fed, whether it's for that reason or if it's the Al Qaeda has 1,000 agents that cross through the open border with plans for like October 7th style attacks, right? Because he had the CIA woman. He had the CIA woman who was on there, pushing that heavy. And there is truth in that. There's definitely truth in that. To what extent, I'm not quite sure. But definitely truth in that. So she is probably worried, but she might also be swelling it up a bit to make sure people take it serious. But there's also another goal as well. Like she's like, no, this is an actual real threat and it's coming, right? But that you can have it both ways. She is trying to warn you, but she would also like to go back and kill some more people in the Middle East. I mean, that's what they want to do. They have a whole bunch more, but they really want to kill Bin Laden's kid. He has a son. A son who they thought was dead, or they believed to be dead. He isn't dead, and he is reuniting with a lot of the Al Qaeda heads. That is the theory, their theory, not mine. That's their theory, and he's gaining power, and they want to go fucking clip him out. Yeah. Yeah, that was the best Joe Rogan. That's what got Joe Rogan famous. That's what made his podcast the shit, right? That's what blew him up. The real shit. Now he's so careful and cookie cutter, and like he won't ever do anything live because he don't know what he'll say. He wants to have full ability to edit anything before it ever hits the airwaves, which means it's all fake. I need to see it under the pressure getting grilled with follow-up questions,
inside. Or did it?
Yeah, did you ever hear about these they say all these astronauts are still alive?
Lesson on
I wonder how true it is. I mean, they really did find employees that look identical. Like, I ain't gonna lie on that. I've seen this before.
I don't believe that.
But
the Challenger mission specialist.
My God, how do they all look identical? This isn't like trickery with the photos.
Oh, shut.
That is wild. I wonder what people say about this stuff. I remember this though. If you're not a conspiracy, oh yeah.
AI technology, you can make anything appear to be true.
Yeah, these days I believe nothing and everything at the same time. That's what I'm saying. You got to just sift through everything. You got to know like everything is fucking propaganda. Okay, here's all their pictures. Like, look, this black dude is identical. Yeah, so is she. I mean, the nose and ears keep growing. It looks like he has bigger ears than this guy, though.
Absolutely.
Unless they're covered up. They could be covered up, but he's like the different ears. Yeah, looks just like him. It's just like him. His nose swivels to the side. He got the exact same eyes and eye. That's crazy. Different. No, different.
Actually, they somewhat different.
That's wild.
Okay.
All right. This Chinese Shane Gillis. I know Tim Bradley, Chinese Shane Gillis. It was. Yeah, I don't put any faith in the UFOs. It's all. I mean, there's stuff up there they ain't telling us about, but I think it's all government shit. I did see there's a asteroid that's supposed to hit India. Or not supposed to, but its likelihood of happening is increasing. Right? Kind of like Bryce Mitchell used the dumbest fucking guy to drop a bunch of real shit so people don't even look into it. And then they just make a fool out of him, have the dumb country bumpkin white guy. Go humiliate the dumb country bumpkin white guy with the best points, but he just can't articulate them, right? He just uses, I don't know, Hitler. It's like, you dummy, fuck that shit. What about the banking systems? What about our military industrial complex? What about these NGOs? What about communism? Like, what about some other stuff? You know, genocides. Whether you want to talk about Palestine or the genocide they push for white people. Who do you think is pushing anti-whiteism and white genocide? Okay, you think it's black people because they put a black face on camera to say it? You think it's black people pushing for it? Because they're not funding shit. They're not organizing shit. Who is doing the funding, the organizing? Who has the film crews? Who has the networks to push this shit out? Like, who's actually behind it? Is it the black face on TV saying it? Or, so I'm just saying. Look up the author of any fucking book on anti-whiteism. But,
yeah.
They'll just shame the country bumpkin because he's gonna, asset or not, or if he's just a fucking idiot and doesn't know how to, shut his mouth and humiliates himself and a bunch of other people, I guess, to some people, or he was told like, yo, you're a UFC, we own you, motherfucker, go out and do this. Because look at who does own his contract. He is owned by Jewish ISIS. Like, I'm not kidding. He is owned by legit, real deal Jewish terrorists that every nation, including Israel, deemed as a terrorist organization. You can go on Wikipedia and look up their numerous terrorist attacks, like page after page of terrorist attacks, like car bombings.
But remember, anybody can edit with Wikipedia, so I always look for additional sources.
Well, yeah, I mean, check it out for yourself. But yeah, the very well documented, putting work in. So it's like, it's almost ridiculous that he would say such a thing. Like, you should know who your bosses are. Like, come on, dude. Like, he either just ended his fucking career. Like, I would think so. I would think he just ended his career with the UFC, or they're going to hook him up for doing what they asked.
Be one or the other.
I would have liked to have saw Prime Ricky and Floyd at 140 with no bullshit referees. Fight that shit at 140.
Thank you, Joe Cortez, you piece of shit.
But fantasy 140. I don't know. Maybe maybe 40 Cotto, 40-pound Cotto. And even a prime Costa Zoo. Prime Costa Zoo, 140 pound
thinking of
Cotto. 140 fight Floyd at 140. I was even fine with Hatton and Floyd at 47. We just needed a fucking legit fair referee.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jays created the stereotype that Southern white men are not intelligent. You guys do realize that, right? Yeah, for sure. And they are intelligent. Like, there's a reason they always put themselves as the wise, intelligent, all-knowing professor with the little professor glasses. He'll have the fucking sweater vest over the button up with the tie. And he got, he's the super intelligent, articulate, the most wise guy in all the movies. Right? Like, he'll be the counselor or the professor. Yeah. They're never in the slums, a dummy, just a brute, right? A sexual deviant, a brute, violence, nothing like that. It's always at the most degenerate you'll ever see him is maybe Adam Sandler in the Jewel movie, whatever that shit was, where he's just like a gambler, right? Did a lot of gambling. I guess that's like the worst, right? No, yeah, the stereotypes they fucking push out. If you have a problem with stereotypes in film, you got one people to address. And it's really only like 50 to 100 people that you need to address. You know? Like you can actually identify the exact top 50 to 100 people who are responsible for all of it. All fucking stereotyping in American Hollywood media, that's for sure. Man, I just saw I had it in my likes actually. It was Method Man back in like 92, 93. Outside talking about everything that's going to happen conspiracy wise. And it's what's happening right now. And they were like, man, look how wise he was. And I was like, bro, this is what we always talked about. This is just regular conversation of like stoned 15-year-old, right? Fucking smoking weed as a teenager. This is literally all you talked about this stuff all the time. But we were right. We were right. I have it here somewhere. Oh, this is funny. You got to watch this.
Nah, you just got to watch. You call. All
right, Cedric. Okay, Cedric here just got booked for shooting somebody. Right? Cedric here got booked for shooting somebody. And this is what he says to the cameras when they come out. Him and his buddy got booked for shooting somebody. This is what he says when he comes out to the news cameras.
Here's your chance. You have anything to say? Nah, you just gotta watch. You call your friend, man. Somebody up. My homeboy told these folks I did. I heard the report.
Did you know Ty Kendrick?
Yeah, I knew him.
Were you there when he was shot?
I went there. Rico told the folks I did.
Well, then why did they have you handcuffed?
He told him I heard the recording myself.
Was he your friend?
Yeah, he was my homeboy.
Who shot Ty Kendrick?
I don't know. I went there.
Do you have anything else to say before you're taking a metro? Was this in any way gang related?
I don't know. I went there. I can't tell you.
Well, why do they think you were there?
Because Rico McKinch told the folks I did it.
Because Rico McCants told the folks I did it. He's like, that's his friend. He's like, Rico's telling them I did it. Get this
He's on record.
motherfucker.
I heard. Yeah, he lied.
So your friend that was just brought to Metro,
He was just about to Metro. Yes, he the one said.
he sold you out?
On my baby, he said. He
And he said, I heard the recording myself. That's what he said. And I heard the recording myself. Rico told him I heard it myself. Get him, guys. This is Rico.
Were you there when Ty Kendrick was shot and killed?
You know him? Was he your friend?
He keeps his
Is this
mouth
in any way gang related or retaliation, street justice?
Look how he keeps his mouth quiet in front of the cameras.
Anything you want to say? You want to plead your innocence now?
Put him in that room. He was yapping away. Yo, he said Rico told them. I heard the tape. I thought that was too funny, man. Yo, did you guys see this? I don't know. This is good. We talk about Lex on here sometimes, right? Little fucking weirdo Lex. Everyone is like, he's 100% an agent now. I'm like, this dude's obviously an agent, but call me gibberish of the day. So I watched a Mossad agent immediately go into deflection mode when Tim Dillon presses him that Epstein was a Mossad agent or working with Mossad, whatever. He's fucking Mossad. But
they had an operation that was based on entrapping, blackmailing, gaining leverage over very powerful politicians.
So do you think there was an intelligence connection to all of this?
Mossad. It was absolutely a Mossad. Do you think I'm wrong about anything I've said?
Well, I'm uncomfortable with the intelligent connection. You know,
why? So there was a book about Ghislaine's father called Israel's Super Spy.
Yeah, so the father is definitely shady.
Okay, so the father's in the Mossad.
No, I don't know about the Mossad thing.
You don't know about that?
The question is, what is the depth of the connection?
Well, there's a book about it.
there's a book about it.
I have a lot of books about a lot of stuff.
I have a lot of books of a lot of stuff. So,
well, but written by Seymour Hersh, America's.
Written by Seymour Hersh. This is the greatest Pulitzer Prize award-winning. Nothing. He's the creme de la creme in terms of if he says it, you can take it to the fucking bank. He is the gold standard of integrity when it comes to like journalism and reporting. And this fucking goober laughs at it.
Greatest Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. What would you say it is? If it's not an intelligence blackmail operation, what would you?
I have a lot of books about a lot of stuff to share.
Well, but written by Seymour Hersh, America's greatest Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. What would you say it is? If it's not an intelligence blackmail operation, what would you say that it could be?
I would say it's one charismatic person, Jeffrey Epstein, that was evil and committed things. I'm underinformed about this topic.
Now he's underinformed on Epstein. This little piece of shit. Now I'm sorry for that music being so loud on there, but now this little piece of shit is underinformed on Epstein all of a sudden, right? Well, I think it's just one charismatic man doing evil things. Like, what? What are we talking about? One charismatic man doing evil things? Not sure who was more retarded, Lex Friedman or the people that listen to him. It's not Jews, it's just individuals. Oh, laughing my ass off. This guy is fucking obviously a plant. Lex Friedman is a Jew, is clearly an Israeli stooge. How else would he have risen to fame so quickly? And his podcast becomes so huge, he came out of nowhere, relentlessly pushed by the algorithms. He's basically the male version of the Hawk Tua whore. Yeah, pretty much. One charismatic person doing evil things sums up the post-war consensus rather suspiciously. Yeah, this dude's such a dirtbag. All of a sudden, well, I just can't even talk about it anymore because, you know, I'm underinformed. Wait, this has been years. This is one of the biggest topics in the news and in the world. Your hero, Joe Rogan, has talked about it 1,000 times. You've listened to his every word. But what? You don't know about this? And and he thinks he's fucking smart. Dude, I love how Tim Dillon's been on fire lately, though. I love how Tim was like, what? Seymour Hersh? America's greatest Pulitzer Prize winning journalist author, like, in history? What are you talking about? And then, and he knew he was nailed there. That's why he goes, I'm just underinformed. Because he goes, if it wasn't an operation. You kind of like the music? Oh, good. I don't know, man. This dude needs to. I've hated this guy since the second I saw him. Like, I hope none of you ever liked this guy. The first, you could listen to him occasionally, hear to see the point made or whatever. The second I saw him, heard him, I was like, oh, fuck this dude. This dude's a weirdo. Yeah, can you believe motherfuckers voted for this bitch?
And it's just the nature of it.
Mm.
Yes, I mean, look what this beautiful play and everything that we know he was suppressed. He had to suppress so much. But he knew, and he took those risks. But we have to
go watch her little press tour she just did. You can't understand anything. She is whacked out of her mind. They said Mike Tyson has Parkinson's. Did you guys hear that? Man, I had this. I'm still looking for that. Oh, shout out RFK. It goes, Tim Dillon just got married. Homosexuality was a phase. RFK Jr. says, she's a beautiful angel, Tim. Easy to see how she ungayed you. What? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a savage, bro. Easy to see how she ungayed you. What the fuck? Dude, Bob Dylan out here looking like the Boston Bomber. What the fuck is this? Bob Dylan literally is looking like the Boston Bomber. I was like, damn, Ali really was down with Islam, huh? I was like, no, he was with Islam all the way, huh? Damn, man. I didn't think that Method Man thing was so far back. I should have just searched it, huh? Oh, here it is. Yeah, that was way easier.
Right now, the Illuminati's in effect. See, the Illuminati ain't nothing but like it's going to be a second Great Depression out here in America. Except this time, corporate America's prepared themselves for it. Meaning they're when it hits, their money is going to be safe. As far as the rest of us that don't own our own businesses and things of that nature, so bad, we're going to be killing each other in the streets, man. Mad Max and Beyond Terror Dome and all that is going to be on, man. And they're going to have to blow us up, which is what they're going to do. They're going to inject us with these, they're going to say it's like for everybody mandatory AIDS testing because AIDS is so widespread. They're going to be giving them vaccines for it so they don't catch it off top like measles, mumps, and stuff like that. But in all actuality, what they're doing is putting microchips in and your babies so they can keep tabs on where you're at. That's deep. That's deep. They're not even using money anymore as far as paper. It's going to be cards to show what status you are, how financially well off you are, or whatever. You know, what do you own? And it'll tell everything.
Social credit score.
Thing about you. Welfare, gone. They're just going, funds for schooling, gone.
I wish they had more.
How long ago was that?
This is like 92, 93. Wow. Yeah, this was like, for a lot of us, this was normal conversation, honestly. There was Yeah, this is where look, this line of thinking, and a lot of people will know this, especially older guys. This line of thinking spread through colleges, like all the that's the network of like counterculture or whatever historically. The colleges, because college campuses would connect. This college would go to that college locally, but this college would go a little further over to this one locally, and it would just extend within a couple months. Like a whole story would pass across the fucking country. That's
Marxism, socialism.
Yeah, like a real live social network system in terms of actual social connections. That's what Facebook was targeted initially. You had you couldn't have a Facebook account when it first opened up unless you had a .edu email. You had to have an email that proved you were a fucking student or a faculty. You had to be an actual college student. You couldn't sign up unless you had an EDU. It was just to help college kids connect with other college kids. It was taking advantage of that network that we always knew about and we did always talk about. It's how you met a lot of people through that network. But this is like something, it probably got passed down from the wild professors, right? The older nutty professors that would be there talking about this kind of stuff. But yeah. This was definitely out there. This was common. We used to make fun about like you better steal that book from the library instead of checking it out because the CIA is going to keep a tab on you. They're going to have a foul. We were on all that stuff. We knew.
Yeah, the 60s radicals, the Timothy Leary people.
This is what's crazy to me because look, people see this back then. They're like, "Wow, man! Like, bro, nothing has changed." If you were awake then, you're just awake now. Like there was awake people then, and now imagine. You got to understand. This is why I get a little worked up at times. I've known about this shit for decades, and it's like no one's ever done anything to like stop it. And it's like, damn, nothing's ever getting done. Like it's everyone complains and fights over wanting the world to be better, but they do everything to prevent it from happening willingly because the people, manipulating them tell them to do so. They vote against the best interests. They fight against their friends, their own community, their own family. It's like, man, it's either Thanos this shit and destroy it all and rebuild or someone actually step up and do something. But I guess they made sure they owned you.
And some people
they would never allow you to get into a position to do anything unless they owned you. And they'll kill you or they'll put you in prison or frame you or have you just dead in a car accident, whatever they want to do to you before anyone even knows your name because they already got tabs on anyone who's anyone. The thing with the only hope if right now, if Trump is honest, is maybe he was taught the blackmail game way back when from his fucking mentor in that community, Roy Cohn, who was the king of the blackmail game. Maybe they don't have it on him right now. I don't know, but that's like that was their tool, and not just that was every secret society's tool, every gang.
You used to think like a third political party.
We need dirt on you. I need dirt on you. I need to know you can never go against us. Like you can never go against us. Because you'll be destroyed. Whether there's no one can protect you because it's going to be something that is indefensible. But yeah, that's the game. It's crazy.
So think like a third political party would do something, but no, they would just get smashed by the two main ones.
They would need funding. They would need funding. Yeah, and the money guys just didn't go behind them, I guess. I mean, I think that's kind of what's happening right now.
Social awareness out.
it's kind of happening right now. Like there's a global shift, a political power shift happening right now. I don't know where all these. There's going to be literally new lines on the map. The lines on the map are going to be changing in multiple places over the next few years. Like there's some major shit happening.
But the extreme liberalism has to end.
Oh, and I think that is yeah, Europe needs to just catch up a bit. Because I'm pretty like Canada and Europe, Western Europe, yeah, Australia. They need to just catch up, and I think that's going to happen because America is going to tighten the purse strings and say if you don't play along, and Elon's going into Europe, pumping a bunch of money in there to open up free speech, so like German citizens aren't going to prison for posting a meme. Which is happening. But, yeah. But guys, my computer's about to die. I am hopping off.
Okay, Anthony. Thank you so much. And anytime, you know.
Oh yeah, thanks for jumping on. Yeah, thanks
sure,
for jumping
no
on.
problem.
Have a good night. God bless you, Jack. Everyone in the
Anthony.
chat.
Bless you.
Anthony, Hawker, Foo. I don't know about Anthony. Jed Outlaw, Hands, MLO, Cash Face. Big
Always
time
a pleasure, gentlemen.
Hawker, CBP, everyone. Big shout out. They're freaking out about annexation. Yeah, they are. They definitely are. It's man, it's because like Trump said to them, what happens if we pulled out, you know, the billions we send you? It shows like our economy would completely collapse. And he's like, well, then you should probably just become the 51st state. You know, like I don't know what to tell you. You have a broken government, then, buddy. So you got to get your shit in order, or I can collapse you. So you better fall in line, or I can collapse you. Like they know that, so it's a big problem. Yeah, I know about the North American Union, the NWO, and all that. And I understand that I don't like the North American Union. Never did. I'm old time. Liberty, I know about that from going back to the late 90s and whatnot, but and I don't like that version of the North American Union if that's what they want at all. But I don't mind America taking control of our neighbors. You know, I'm not saying have like a union. No union, no North American Union. I don't want no EU shit over here at all. But we should have more. Mexico and Canada should have to just get in line more with like America, like free speech, like open up free market, things like that. Just the general good that we hope to have, right? Stop. We can't allow communists to, and that's all it is. It's fucking. We can't allow these evil communists to infiltrate our fucking borders, our neighbors, Canada and Mexico. That's all I do. I just want to stop that. I don't want the fucking Chinese communists, and Israelis or Jews, whatever, bankers, fucking all up and down the borders of our nation and taking over those countries. Because look how they basically did just collapse Canada. And look at the fucking hellhole Canada is in, or Mexico is in with the drugs. It's, yeah. I agree with that. Canada just got to get, Mexico, our border, our neighbors, man. They just got to get their fucking acts together and we can help that. No union. Yeah, no union. Definitely no union, but we should exert a little bit of force to keep them, you know, as our fucking allies, you know, or you know, or they have a border with us. We have to have them as allies. Come on. It's just gotten so whack. Everything's just gotten so far out of whack. You know, the politicians in our country as well didn't know what the hell their purpose was. They thought their purpose was to steal and get rich and just be above everyone and steal. Just fucking steal. That's what they thought their job was. They didn't know they had a duty. Like, they literally seemingly forgot that when you take a position of power and authority and responsibility, that's great duty. And they all abandoned.
And if it's a Democrat, it's through P. It's like these PAC committees, and like, you know, somebody knows somebody. But if it's often it's conservative or Republican, it's because they build from like the farms and the grassroots, and you know, they pull themselves by their own bootstraps. You know, that's the difference in the main political parties.
Yeah. Now Mexico, look, like Mexico can change. It's always going to be a pipeline for drugs, obviously. But again, like that's the whole thing with the movie Sicario, right? Medellin. What does that mean? Oh, it's just a word. It just takes us back to a simpler time where one group controlled everything. One pipeline. It was easy. There weren't wars. The cities and towns could be safe. Obviously, not once the war kicked up, and you know, we just went to war in Colombia. But imagine like Mexico. Like there weren't technicals with 50 cows, guys dressed like Navy SEALs rolling around. That shit didn't exist, you know. And that's because we have allowed this proliferation, and it is us, we, America, the West, has allowed this proliferation of the global drug market because that, right? It's a huge part of the global economy, whether it's to prop up governments, to prop up a new bank, a new nation's bank, and you need capital to do that. That's where they get the fucking capital from. Look at the 2008 bubble. What was it? 2008 we had? Is that the financial crash we had? 08, yeah. They say it was the cartel's drug money that kept our economy from collapsing. That's the only thing. It was the only cash that was around. Pretty, you know, and that's coming from reputable economists. But yeah, it's, you know, it's a huge deal. But they took everything to an extreme, right? Like everything got like hyperized. Everything. In all the negatives. It was fucking global communism on steroids. I don't think people even understand. I think a lot of people don't really understand what communism actually is. It's not one thing. There's so many branches, so many. It's a communism is nothing but a strategy of attack to take control. That's all communism is. It's a strategy of attack to take control of a people. That's it. A people and a nation to suck the fucking life force out of them, the money out of them, the resources, their life, everything. Like I don't think people understand that. Like, I remember growing up in like you know, Cold War days, and the America and Russia, right? And someone would be like, "Oh, that's the fucking commies," and I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, commies are enemies." Okay, why? And they'd be like, "Well, you don't really understand." You know, it's like, well, do you don't understand? I guess because no one ever explained it. They'd be like, commies. Like Yuri Bezmenov, that video of him, that was back in like the late 80s, explained it perfectly. I guess they just didn't broadcast that enough for people to really grasp what they are. But yeah, communism isn't like an ideology to live by for like happiness or peace or anything like that, unless it's like a 48 laws of power. This is a way to subvert and take control and then oppress a people for your own benefit. It's to be like a sick, sadistic, psychopath parasite. Yeah, like, and we should just call as soon as like someone even spouts off the tiniest bit of commie propaganda, you should just start calling them a fucking pedophile. Like, just call them the worst thing you can think of, whatever would shame them or whatever. Just start calling them it, like immediately, and just or like just it's nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with at all. You don't want it in your fucking community, around your people, your nation. Crazy. No, I didn't hear about that. I heard a lot about this anti-Semitism going on down in Sydney, though. They got the helicopters out. They're cracking down hard. I saw all that. But yeah, and it's in a really insidious, vicious way. And it's all through lies, right? Through the good intentions. You must basically kill yourself because you're not a good person if you don't do it. You know, you must chop off the fucking dinglings of little boys because you're not a good person if you don't let them do it. It's all sick shit like that, man. And it really, like, that's a drastic case, but that's to make the example. You must open your borders and give away your country because you're not a good person if you don't do it. This brown person or black person comes from a shithole. Do you think that's fair? What, you want him to stay living in a shithole? You're an evil person. No, I don't want that. Well, then let him in, or you're a bad person. Like, oh, you're a sick fuck. You're a sick fuck. Like, who that's
thinking of Democrats under Biden and Obama for the last 12 years.
Yeah, now you know, like, I don't want to talk to you. I just want to hit you in the mouth. Like, pow! You want to kill me. I should fucking beat your ass. I'll have to look into that with the El Mayo faction. Yeah, I haven't saw that. But yeah, my computer's about to die right now. I'm out, guys. Have a good one, everyone.
Carry
God bless. I'm sure I'll just talk to you before the weekend. Yeah. Again, thanks, Jack, for coming by. Have a good one. Peace.